And we are live. How's everybody doing tonight? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and you're watching and/or listening to ABL Live. Thank y'all for joining me tonight. You could be almost anywhere in the world, but you're right here with me live on the show, and I appreciate y'all for that. We got a whole lot going on all over the internet, all over mainstream media, social media, everywhere, and I don't know where to start. First of all, Planet Fitness waving the white flag because they know that they messed up. How they say they done messed up Ron. We'll talk about that a little bit more a little bit later. Also, speaking about that, the Key and Peele skit, we got a really cringe graduation to cover. And I don't know if the woman was actually not able to read from a foreign country, was kind of confused, but we will talk about that a little bit more a little bit later. Also, and Coulter got really weird on the podcast with Vivek Ramaswamy. Pretty interesting, pretty controversial. We'll talk about that a little bit more a little bit later. Also, Biden says, hey, Israel, we're not going to arm you guys because you went into Rafah, a city in the southern part of Gaza, right on the border of Egypt, when we said don't do it. And then after they did that, they went ahead and armed Qatar and Lebanon, which are kind of like in opposition of Israel, especially Lebanon. So you're talking about picking winners and losers. Talk about that a little bit more a little bit later. Also, we got Hollywood predators getting caught by YouTubers, and then one of the YouTubers allegedly got canceled because of that. We'll talk about all those things and more on tonight's episode of ABL Live. And thank y'all again for being here. You guys are the best audience anywhere on these internets. If you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up, like the video, share the video, do all of that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. We got a whole lot going on. There's quite a bit to get to. But first things first, thank you guys for being here. You guys are the best. I could not do the show without y'all. And we got quite a bit to get into aside from what I have been talking about so far. There's a whole lot going on. There's a whole lot of interesting videos. So we're going to get to everything. So shout out to you guys. I appreciate y'all. Y'all know how I do. Shout out to the sponsors. Aside from you guys, we have patriotpost.us, your best source of news and information anywhere on these internets. I will always link to them in the description. Also, you can just go straight to their website, patriotpost.us, right there in the browser. And I'd appreciate y'all if you did and tell them that ABL sent you. Also, please go to ablmerch.com. We got the hats, t-shirts, stickers, hoodies, mugs, and more right there on the website, ablmerch.com. Also, please go to anthonyblogan.com. That is ANTHONY, the letter B, LOGAN. And go to the front page of the website. You could find articles for each video that I produce. And in each article, you'll find sources from the left, from the right, from the independent, politically conservative, liberal, whatever you want. I got all the sources right there on my website. Again, anthonyblogan.com. Go to the front page of the website. Everything's right there. Also, if you're ever wondering if you're speaking with me or not, the best way to confirm is to go to the contact page on the website, anthonyblogan.com/contact. There you can find my email address, my snail mail address, my social media accounts, Twitter, never going to call it X, Facebook, Instagram. All those links are right there. And as I always say, I'm never going to contact you about any kind of get-rich-quick scheme ever, whether it be through email, through some 85-digit WhatsApp number, through a YouTube comment. I'm never going to do that. And a great way to know if you're being scammed is if you reply to one of my videos or you leave a comment to one of my videos and then someone replies to your comment and the person looks like me, they have my picture, and they have a name that looks like mine. It's not me. I'm here to tell you because a key giveaway, a dead giveaway is, hey, call this 85-digit WhatsApp number or text it, actually. Text this 85-digit WhatsApp number, and I can help you with Forex. It's not me, I promise. You get them on the phone. This is ABL. I'm going to help you with your WhatsApp. I'm going to help you with your money today. I'm going to help you today. This is ABL for real. I don't talk like that. You know my voice is pretty distinct. I don't sound like this. And I don't have an Eastern European accent either. I don't sound like Ivan Drago. If it dies, it dies. I don't sound like that. So if you hear that voice on the other line, it's not me, and you're about to get scammed, okay? That's what's going to happen to you. So please, 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 I know it's crazy, 2024. We got bills to pay. Nobody has time to lose their hard-earned money. So be aware of the scams out there. And I say it every stream because every now and again, I still get those emails. Hey, ABL, I thought I could trust you. I sent you some money and I didn't get anything back. Listen, it's not me. It's not me. I'm not here to rob you. I'm here to please warn you, don't do it. If anybody says get rich quick, you could put some money into this bank. I'm a Nigerian prince. I live in some random caliphate in the Middle East, and my daddy got an oil well in UAE. Listen. It's not me, I promise. You're about to get scammed. So let's not have that happen anymore in 2024. All right. So we got a whole lot going on. Shout out to you guys for being here. I really, really, really appreciate y'all. Shout out to you guys on the Facebook. I know we got a small audience over there, but it's all good. I appreciate y'all for being wherever you are. I cannot thank you guys enough. Now, we got a lot to get into. I don't even know where I'm going to start, really. I got a lot of videos for y'all. Yeah, Frank, I don't, no ABL coin. I have no ABL coin at all. Okay. And if it's ever any kind of sponsor thing, you're going to see me actually saying it. You're going to see me saying it. It's going to be in one of my videos on my channel. It's never going to be some kind of weird text or just other sketchy kind of stuff. All right. That's just not what's going to happen. All right. That's right, Ashley Water. I'm a good guy. I'm not going to send you any kind of BS. All right. So let's check it out. Speaking about some BS, these individuals, this is at Eurovision. Now, some of you guys may live over there. I'm not a European, obviously. You can hear my voice and see my face. I'm not a European. I don't talk like this, huh? I don't talk like this. The fish and chips, that ain't me. You hear African American, so I don't know a lot about European stuff necessarily, but this is Eurovision and these individuals are over there. Okay, so can we get some of this going on? All right. Now this is, I'm reading this, but hold on. Before I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna just put it on the screen because it's hard for me to really articulate it. Now, okay, you see what's going on here, right? I'm gonna just read this. And sometimes it's hard for me to know if things are legitimate or not, but I've seen this same clip from different angles, so it's real. This is Bambi Thug, the Irish delegate for the Eurovision competition. She uses they, them pronouns and describes herself as a goth, gremlin, goblin, witch. Why don't we have talent like this in the U.S.? A gremlin? Okay, so you guys are ready? Hold on, let's get a little bit of sound. That might help. And I'm not sure who her partner here is, a companion. It appears as if he has one horn coming out of his skull. Now, with the way things are, 2024, I would not be surprised if he had a horn implanted into his head. I would not be surprised if you were to say, hey, yeah, that dude got a horn implant. I'd be like, yeah, that's about right. Check it out.
Special. Do you know what makes me special? I'm a queer. Woo! And I'm a witch!
Europe. What's going on with you guys? Is everything okay? Ireland, is everything okay? Is this what we got going on over there, over the pond? What's really happening? So yeah, Eurovision. Now, again, I'm not a European. I'm seeing they got TikTok and stuff on the wall. I'm the old man right now. I don't know what's going on, but I saw this clip everywhere, so I had to show you guys. These tattoos and the makeup and the piercings. The piercings are nothing. That's old school. But some of the body modification, it's like, what is really happening? Okay, you really can't do much other than what you're doing right now with all that stuff done to you. If you have tree limbs tattooed on your neck and it's like your whole body is like you're taken over by some kind of It's like you're in the process of being consumed by venom. Okay, the symbiote has attached to you at this point. What are you going to do in your life once whatever you got going on with entertainment fades? How are you going to be 65 years old with that going on? You better make whatever you're going to do right now, make it happen and be successful. So yeah, that voice, the voice was crazy. That voice, a bulldagger in the fruit. I'm not quite sure that counts as a bulldagger. She wasn't too masculine. She's just strange. When I think about bulldaggers, I think about something more like this. Actually, that was a great segue. Now, this might not be the final boss of bulldaggers. The final boss of bulldaggers is like a female boxer that is blurring the lines between male and female, and not because they're transgender, it's because they're rough. I'm talking about, we got bullet holes, gold teeth, the kind of girl that when you were in high school, you wouldn't want to fight. Can I give you guys a quick story? Have you ever seen the show Scared Straight, or the new one they have, Beyond Scared Straight? Well, they filmed in Virginia. Y'all know I'm from Virginia. That's where I grew up. And I remember when I was in middle school, we had this ultimate bulldagger. I'm talking about this girl was 12 years old and was already looking like she was a 25-year-old man. I'm not making this up. If you saw her get ready to fight, listen, I'll put it to you this way. If this girl got mad at you back then and was getting ready to fight, you couldn't just go easy on her. You got to punch her dead in the mouth like a man, because if you don't, she was going to stomp you into wine. I'm talking about Cabernet, Merlot, whatever you want. She would beat you completely down. Thugged out at 12 years old. I'm not making this up. A girl, yeah, but raspy voice, just rough. That's a bulldagger. Now, back to Beyond Scared Straight. I saw her on Beyond Scared Straight in jail, of course, bullying all the girls. I mean, it was rough. The girls would come in there and see her and be like, you know what? I don't really want to do this. I don't want to do this. I want to go home back to my grandmama and just be a good girl. I'm not trying to be in jail and having this girl's name, I ain't going to say her name, trying to take my cookies every night. I'm not trying to have that, because if she's in the cell with you, whatever she wants, you're going to get. But anyway, that was and if I could find that show, I'm gonna show it, and I'm gonna point. I ain't gonna point her out. I'm gonna just let y'all see if I can find it. But let's get back to the show. Now, here we have, this is like a miniature bulldagger. Not quite all the way to, I'll beat you down. This is like a bulldagger in training. All right, let's check it out.
In October, the Wilson building was lit in blue lights to signify their support for Israel. But the blue also signifies this city's reliance on police. Our DC tax dollars is being used to murder Palestinians in Rafah and brutalize students who dare to speak up and force officials to bear witness.
Mayor Bowser just put another target on DC's back by capitulating to anti-democratic forces. I want to see home rule repealed. These are the same forces that deny Palestinians the right of return and are also facilitating a genocide. We demand more from our local officials to not only defend democracy in DC, but to listen to the demands of the residents and not federal officials that do not represent DC.
You know what's funny about these people talking about DC this, DC that? I can almost guarantee that none of them are from DC. And they'll be the same ones talking about gentrification. Well, newsflash, Mr. Suburban kid from somewhere in Virginia, you are the gentrifier. But anyway, I'm gonna let him finish.
Pass the ceasefire resolution. Divest from genocide right now.
In DC, we are under occupation of over 32 independent police departments that trained with the IDF to treat black and brown folks in DC like enemy combatants.
They can mace us, they can brutalize us, they can pepper spray us. But the movement is here. It is stronger than ever. Our energy has not dissipated. As a matter of fact, it's come back 10 times stronger. No matter how brutalized we are, it is nothing compared to what is happening in Palestine. And we will not lose eyes of our compass in Palestine. They can try all they might, but we're not gonna let no fucking system.
Oh, whoa, wait a minute. Let's not drop the F-bomb. You guys are, yeah, I see just, I don't know, man. It's just a bunch of people that have no community. They just want to be part of something. Let's not pause on the F word right there. But yeah, no community, want to be part of something, but really it's just, it's all for naught. It's all for naught. And again, they'll be the same ones crying about gentrification, and they'll come from Virginia and live in DC, or they'll be on the outskirts. They'll be in Annandale talking about, yeah, I live in DC. No, you don't. You live in Northern Virginia. That's not Washington, DC. But anyway, gentrification shouldn't be a bad thing, actually. That shouldn't be a bad word. Listen, it's a double-edged sword with a lot of these people. They talk out of both sides of their mouth. They just, whatever the cool thing to be part of is, they're part of it without really digging too deep and looking at the other side. With me, I look at everything from all sides. Okay, I'm not just going to say, oh, Palestine, poor Palestine. Okay, well, let's not act like they don't have any issues in Palestine, Gaza, whatever you want to call it. Okay, I'm not an extremist. I'm not on one side that says there is no Palestine. How can there be no Palestine when the people that live in Palestine cannot go to Israel? So what is that? It's not Israel. If it's Israel, why can't they go into the rest of Israel? Like, I live in the United States, right? I can't just go to Mexico with no passport. Same thing for Canada. I live in the real place. Okay, it's a real place. Same thing with Israel. If it's all just one place, I should be able to move around pretty freely in that one place. And if I can't, then I got to ask the question, why? Maybe because I don't live in that place. I live somewhere else. And then on the other side, Hamas is there deleting their own people for various reasons. They got their own things going on. So I'm looking at both sides of the situation and I say, hey, they got some issues. You know what the best thing for us to do? The best thing for us to do is stay out of it. I just showed where Biden is not allowing Israel to be armed because of the attack on Rafah, which is a city in southern Palestine, right on the Egyptian border. And after they did that, they lifted weapon sanctions on Qatar, whatever you want to call it, and Lebanon. And Lebanon, of course, is adversarial to Israel. So it's like, okay, you're picking winners and losers. You want to try to make them do certain things. And if they don't do it, you want to arm the enemies. And if they do it, you want to arm them, not the enemies. At a certain point, how about we just stop meddling and let them handle it? Let's not aid them or aid the enemies. Whatever happens, happens. That's how I look at it. I'm not trying to be involved in all these foreign conflicts. And then my thing is, okay, how do we pick and choose who to be involved with or not? And at a certain point, everybody says, okay, we have interests over there. Okay, we have interests in Taiwan because of the chip manufacturing. We have interests in Ukraine because of NATO, Russia, oil, wheat, everything else. We have interests in Israel because they're our greatest Middle East ally, all this and that, and military bases. And it's like, okay, we're going to have interests here. Meanwhile, 35 trillion in debt. At a certain point, how much more can we do? How about just get hands off and focus more on our own people? We got fentanyl coming into the country, just unabated, 100,000 dead from fentanyl in 1 year. This is eclipsing gun death. This is eclipsing everything, the drug epidemic, and we got the border wide open. Let's focus on that rather than trying to aid foreign nations. And then when they defy us, you want to aid their enemies so we could just play, the kingmaker or king breaker. I don't like it. I don't like it. I think we need to stop. And that's part of the reason why I voted Trump the first time, because I didn't want to be involved. Okay, I did not want to be involved. Now, speaking about being involved, here is somebody who's involved all the time with everything. First, it was the climate kerfuffle, and now it's Palestine. Whatever the trend is, whatever it's popular to be, quote unquote, fighting for, this person is going to be in it. Let's check it out. All right, and y'all know who this is already. I'm surprised she's not being carried around like Nefertiti as she normally does, but let's check it out.
I think they should be everywhere, and once again, young people are leading the way, showing the world how we should react to this. I think they should be everywhere.
So you see what's happening here. We have Greta Thunberg. Now, I thought her grift was climate change or global warming or whatever it is with the weather. Okay, it's a rainstorm, climate change. Now she's out there with the Palestinian scarf and a bunch of Palestinian flags. So whatever is needed, she'll do it. It's like Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris is racially ambiguous and biracial. She is East Indian from the Indian subcontinent and also black, quote unquote, and other. So whenever there's some kind of racially ambiguous or non-white event, they send Kamala Harris. Okay, we got some rappers coming to the White House. Kamala, you go out there and do your thing. All right, Kamala, we have Diwali, we got Ramadan. Go out there and do that. That's what they do. Same thing with Greta Thunberg. Okay, it's climate change. Go out there. All right, now the hot thing to be part of for the white liberal is Palestine. Free Palestine. Go out there, you're part of that. Say a few words, and then that'll be that. This might be the most I've heard her speak in the past 3 or 4 years. All I remember is the, how dare you? I don't remember much words after that. Whenever I see her, as I was saying, she's being carried around like Nefertiti, like she's some kind of Egyptian pharaoh or pharaoh, whatever you want to call them. That's how I normally see her. Now, here's a protest I can kind of get down with. Hold on. This is a great protest, actually. You know, all the Palestine stuff, it does have some good. All right. It has some good. Now, here we go. Let's check it out. This woman is going on a hunger strike for Palestine. And that's what it says behind her on the sign. And it also says demand to drop criminal charges. I don't know what that's all about. But she appears to be going on a hunger strike for Palestine. I think that might be a good idea. What say you? Let's check it out.
Any people of conscience in the Princeton community, students, faculty, alumni, to participate with the striking students in a solidarity fast. In just the last few hours, we have had commitments from at least 6 people from Princeton Theological Seminary to participate in this solidarity fast, with more coming in by the hour. At the seminary, we've also been calling our school to disclose and divest for the last several years and want to join together with the students from the university in their hunger strike. Almost every faith tradition in the world engages in the spiritual practice of fasting. The 3 major Abrahamic religions, Judaism, Islam, and Christianity, are no exception to this. Jesus himself said, of some evils in the world, they require both prayer and fasting. And we are here to live into that word.
That's right. I'm with you 100%, sister. I'm with you 100%. Faith without works is dead. So go on that strike. Let it be for quite a while. And I think at the end of it, you'll be much better off. You'll feel better. And then I think overall, you will appreciate life a lot more. So go ahead and do that. That'd be great. All right. Now we have another. Here's Princeton talking about they're going to go on a hunger strike for 24 hours. 24 hours? My goodness. How are they going to survive? Let's check it out. And RIP to the headphone users in advance.
On Friday morning, May 3rd, 18 Princeton University students began a hunger strike. They are eating nothing and drinking water very sparingly. These students' blood pressure have dropped and their bodies have begun to consume their own tissue. The university has gone out of its way to make life difficult for these beleaguered, underslept, and already hungry student protesters. Our students have not been permitted the shelter of a makeshift tarp, even in this inclement weather. We support and applaud our students because they are displaying moral imagination and an...
Now look, these are professors at, what's this again? Is this Princeton? Ivy League professors egging this whole thing on.
Ethical commitment to justice and equality. And this comes out of what they do as students. They read, they study, they learn and think about the world we live in, the world as it is, the world as it came to be, and how this world ought to be.
Okay, so I ain't gonna play the whole thing. It's like 5 minutes, but you get the idea. So a whole 24 hours. Oh, that is so terrible. I don't know how they're gonna make it. I don't know how they're gonna make it. Listen, that's nothing. 24 hours. I mean, look, me and my regular every day, just normal stuff. I do 1 meal a day. That's normal stuff. All right. That's so I can actually skip one of those and be fine. I'll be hungry, but I'll be all right. I ain't gonna die. Like a lot of y'all got plenty of body fat. That's how it works. My man said the bodies begin to consume their own tissue. Yeah, that's how it works. Because check it out. When you're not eating, you have like reserves, like chipmunks and the nuts and all that in their cheeks. You got the same thing as a human being. Coming with the hump in the back. Yeah, they don't need to have water all the time. They got a reserve, just like you. And a lot of y'all at these colleges might weigh 800 pounds. So you could afford to have your body take a piece of that. After a 24-hour fast, when you weigh 800 pounds, the next day you might weigh 795 pounds. If that, you might weigh 797. So you didn't really lose much. Okay. If you have a bottle of water, let's say this bottle of water is your body fat, right? And you go on a 24-hour fast, your water level might go from here to not even like halfway between here and the top of the label. You still got the whole rest of the bottle. You good. You're not going to die. I promise you'll be okay. You'll be surprised what your body can do. All right. But a lot of these kids have never had any kind of adversity. So they just kind of make up adversity for themselves. Oh, my body's going to shut down. My blood pressure's low. It's consuming my own tissue. You'll be all right. You will be okay. I promise. All right. Your mommy's not there with the tendies like she normally is. You can't eat the tendies in your basement while you're playing your games. You might have to just not eat for a little bit. And it's self-imposed. You're not just being punished like this. You're not in the penitentiary making bit rocks a little and not being fed. You just choose to refuse the tendies. Your mom's coming to campus with a basket of tendies and you saying, no, mom, I don't want it. Chicken tenders everywhere. You don't want it because you want to protest for Palestine. That's your decision. Okay. Now, speaking about kids that have never faced adversity and they make things up for themselves. Look at this individual right here. Now, I'm giving you fair warning. It's not that triggering, but it's kind of crazy. All right. You ready? Now, he appears to be wearing a dog collar with LGBT coloring on it. And the reason why I say that is because there's a leash attached to it. And it looks like somebody's holding the leash. Maybe he's holding it. Maybe somebody else is. And further evidence of the whole dog collar kerfuffle is the muzzle on his face. Okay? Some kind of muzzle he has right there over his glasses.
I just like to feel comfortable in my skin, so I just wear whatever I want. Okay. And especially during big events, I like to just dress how I feel. Okay. And so... Yeah, I feel you the same way. The hairy hair, I kind of, I feel the same way. Now, we are a family show, so I have other videos of some of these guys on all fours getting, there's one video I saw, I ain't gonna play it because we got kids watching and YouTube gonna be tripping. There was a video I saw, there was a man, not a kid, this guy got to be in his 30s. He was being walked like a dog by a woman, and then she would like say certain things to him and he'd be like behaving as a dog and he would get cigarette ash in his mouth. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know where we going. I just don't really get it. You know, what's that mean? Good times create weak men create bad times. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I think we're in the weak men, bad times era right now. But bad times with the you know what the bright side of that is? Bad times create strong men and strong men create good times. So let's just have the bad times and get through it and let the real strong men rise. The weak individuals that can't do anything for themselves, that don't want to see society go forward, let them perish. Let them perish and go over there. Yeah, YouTube agents are on deck and they're going to be tripping. Now, if I was to tell some jokes at a university, if I was to be a comedian, stand up, and I go to one of these colleges, the same kind of individual we just saw and the hunger strike young lady and some of the teachers are not going to like me. So I'll make a joke. They're going to get in their feelings. The Fifi's going to get hurt, like the whole chicken tendies bit I just did. They're going to get mad at chicken tendies. They're not going to like that I said that, and they're going to be behaving like this. So here's a comedian. He did a bit at a university. He's just doing this routine, and they didn't really like it too much. They were offended. They're triggered. All right, check it out.
Guys, I had a bad set. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Look, it's a joke.
Yeah, so imagine you're doing comedy. It's all lighthearted. I'm not trying to hurt nobody's feelings. I'm just telling jokes, okay? I'm telling jokes. People get so offended. Oh, they get offended. I see that a lot online. People get really, really, really offended. They go off the deep end. I mean, listen, I done got 4-page letter comments from a meme. I'll post a meme online and I get crazy 4-page letters from people. How dare you post this? This is disgusting, all this and that. So imagine I go to Princeton, Harvard, Yale, UC Berkeley, whatever, and I'm cracking jokes. I'm talking about you got this 4-foot long set of blue mop hair on top of your head. You look ridiculous. Go back to your mommy's basement and consume them chicken tendies. I'm saying stuff like that. Or they're going to be red. They're going to be fire truck red hot. They're going to be hot as my shirt right now. They're going to be triggered. So yeah, that's part of the reason why comedy is dying. All right. And some of these individuals are pretty unhinged. This is a professor right here. A college professor, Jonathan Udelman, hounding a Muslim woman and calling her the B word. All right. So if you got sensitive ears, I know what to do. But this guy, I believe he got fired. I hope he got fired. He is a professor harassing the Muslim lady.
You don't like it? Go back to jail.
You are literally...
I'm literally in your face. That's right.
You're disrespecting my religious
Why are you wearing a mask?
Like,
You're so
literally.
you should be happy with what you're doing.
Boundaries.
What does this have to do with religion? You're spewing hate. What does this have to do with religion?
Sense of humanity, bitch.
Man, look, big tough guy, all up on a woman, a professor. Man, look, if I'm there, this doesn't happen because people like this, they only try to attack those who appear to be weaker. I'm usually always the tallest guy. I'm usually always the biggest guy in the room because of my height. Usually, not all the time, but usually. So a guy like this wouldn't even approach me, even without knowing me. And if he did approach me, like I said, I will stomp this gentleman right here into the finest glass of wine you've ever had in your life. But look, I'm all about peace. So I'm not Mr. Tough Guy. I'm all about peace, love, positivity, good vibes. That's me. I'm that guy. Big smile on my face, a teddy bear. But a teddy bear will maul you too. Okay? A bear will maul you.
No. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, who invited you here? Yeah. Go back to jihad. Go.
Hate crime.
You're not working.
Hate crime. Hate crime right here. Cops, what are you doing? Hate crime right here.
So yeah, all this stuff, man, look, I don't care what you are. You could be Jewish, Muslim, whatever, man. Leave people alone. Leave people alone, man. You got the right to express yourself without being harassed, without being somebody all up on you, all in your personal space. All right? Yeah, so, yeah, NERN says ABL making them white wine. Yeah, that the white wine is going to be delicious. The best glass of white wine you ever had in your life. All right? That's what it's going to be. But again, I'm all about peace, man. I don't want no problems. I'm all about peace and being able to have discourse. I'm no tough guy, not at all. I'm all about love. Anytime you see me out in public, it's all good. All right? But don't put your hands on me. Don't touch me, man, because now I got license to do whatever. Now, speaking about doing whatever, we got some more cringe. We have some more cringe from some of these doctors. Okay? Shout out to End Wokeness for posting this. He says, this is a reminder to stay healthy and avoid getting sick at all costs. These are our future doctors. Now, I'm gonna show you what's going on right here. I'm not sure what this is, what school this is from, but look, I don't see a real reason for these doctors to be on the all fours, on their hands and knees. Like, what are we doing? Like, what is going on here? Okay, let's watch.
CMT days, NQI projects. I'ma need to catch all the shuttles around town. One at Mission Bay, one to VA. Seeing patients all day.
Oh man, I don't like I said before. I think the TikTok dances, the TikTok nurses have spawned an entire generation of cringe. It's like, and I only see it with the medical people. Only see it with the medical people. I have more cringe from the medical people. That's not their fault. I'll show that in a minute. But this is what we have right now. Rather than just walking across the stage, getting your diploma, you got to have this kind of thing going on. Like, are you a patient? Are you wearing a gown right now? What's happening? Did you get your gallbladder removed? Are you out here doing dances? You don't want to recover? You don't want to go lay down? Yeah, so that's what we got going on right now. That's the cringe we have happening. And you know what? Since I saw that, you got to see it too. But there's more. I got to show you guys the whole the commencement where the lady could not pronounce the names of those who were graduating. This was really bad. Some say it was like a racial thing done on purpose. I don't think that it was that. I think she just couldn't read, because when I saw like the full version of that, she did it with other students who were all races, black, white, Puerto Rican, candy stripe. I think she just could not read phonetically spelled names. We're going to get to that in just a second. Let me see if I could just cue it up properly right quick. And if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up, like the video, share the video, do all of that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. Okie dokie. So what are we going to do right now? Let me get to the piece I had. And, oh yeah, here we go. Here we go. Because I got to show you guys both things that's going on. I got to show you guys both things. Now, the school, remember, this is Thomas Jefferson University. That's where they're graduating from. And this is the nursing school commencement, okay? Or all nursing students, they're graduating. And the announcer is butchering the easiest names in the world. Butchering names like Thomas, Jessica, basic stuff. Basic stuff. Let's check it out.
Michilu Iabri.
Did you hear that? Michilu Iabri. Her name is Megan Louise Aubrey. Megan Louise Aubrey.
Jessica Lynn Bower.
Jessica Lynn Bower. Jessica Lynn Bauer.
Aaliyah Benamon.
Hold on. What was that name? I don't see it.
Alisuna Cole.
Alina Benamon, yeah.
Bishop.
Now, Allison Nicole Bishop. Watch this.
Bishop.
Hold on, let me back up a little bit.
Alisuna Cole Bishop.
Allison Nicole Bishop. Okay, let's do it here. Francesca Taylor Brown. How are you going to pronounce this one? And again, the reason why this is happening is because the lady, the announcer who's reading the names, is reading from a card. And the card had the names spelled phonetically. I kind of want to show that right quick so you guys know what I'm talking about, because that might not be a familiar thing to some of you guys. Let me see. Phonetically spelled names. I'm going to bring it up right quick so we can kind of just see what's happening. And even through this, you should be able to you should be able to read it. It's not that difficult to read some of these things. Okay, it's not that difficult. Let's see if I can find one that does it. Okay. Well, it's not really a lot of good. It's not really a lot of good ones. Well, here it is. This is a good enough example. Okay, let's just show this. So check it out. So here's an example. Raul Gonzalez, and it's spelled Raulgonzalez. That's how it's normally spelled. But the phonetic spelling would be RAH-OOL. Raul. And then the last name, Gonzalez, which is normally spelled Gonalez. They spell it GON-SAH-LES. Gonzalez. And then this is when it normally should be used. I know how to pronounce that because I know some Viet people. That's Ngoc Nguyen. And this is Ngocnguyen. Ngoc. So they have it spelled NAHK, knock, and Nguyen. You can say Nguyen, but I normally say win. Ngoc Nguyen. NUHWEN. Ngoc Nguyen. That might be kind of hard to spell or pronounce, so they got it spelled out like that. And then Sophia Lamanga or Lamagna. And then Sophie, and then sounds like lasagna. She was reading these over here, the phonetically spelled, and couldn't really bridge it together. Now, I think what happened was it did not have the regular name at the top or right with it. Because if you just saw Raul Gonzalez, you know how to pronounce that. It's not a difficult thing. And if you had a difficult time, you could reference the phonetic spelling to really get your bearings. You see what I'm saying? That's why she was pronouncing the names really hard. Is it Win? That's what I thought. So they had it wrong on there. Shout out to the Viet people. Shout out to Pho and all that good stuff. All right. But let me get back to the crazy pronunciations of these names. All right. Let me see if I can find my place because I had it kind of ahead a little bit. There we go. Let's go back.
Victoria Lee Zubith-Ross.
Now, that name was Victoria Elizabeth Bruce. Victoria Elizabeth Bruce.
Marlena Zobeth Camp.
Molly Elizabeth Camp.
Allison Care Camp Bull.
Come on, man. Like, she almost had it. Allison Carol Campbell. She almost had it, but she's just not able to read the phonetic spellings. That's what's going on. Now, and in her defense, she just might not be a good reader in general. I don't think this is done on purpose because if it was, she did it with everybody. So it wasn't a targeted thing. So if it wasn't targeted and you did it with black, white, male, female, why? That's the question. I think the reasoning is she just could not read the phonetic spellings. And if you're going to have somebody do something like this, like read someone's name when they graduate, there might need to be a rehearsal, perhaps. Tamu May. Like, what? And, you know, the crazy part about this one, this is the craziest one, because they are graduating from Thomas Jefferson University. His name is Thomas Michael Canavari Jr. How hard is that? But I think they probably set her up and or she can't read. Probably both. If you have a card and all it has is phonetic spellings and you don't have the regular name at the top and you can't read phonetic spellings, you're just going to be doomed. So, yeah, that was really, really cringe, really, really bad. But hey, it is what it is. Now, this, of course, is just like the Key and Peele skit. Now, the Key and Peele skit, they were pronouncing names. They were mispronouncing names on purpose because of teachers that cannot pronounce black names. That's what that was. That's what the Key and Peele skit was. They were pronouncing like Ron and O'Shaughnessy, like O'Shaughnessy and stuff like that. But let's watch some of the Key and Peele skit if you guys don't remember.
You done messed up, Ron. Now take your ass on down to Oshag Hennessy's office right now and tell him exactly what you did.
Fair use, Comedy Central. Please don't give me no flag. You didn't flag me on the regular video. I put this on, so don't flag me on this one.
Who? Oshag Hennessy.
Principal O'Shaughnessy?
Get out of my goddamn classroom before I break my foot off in your ass. Insubordinate.
Yeah.
And churlish. Timothy.
See, stuff like that. I mean, come on. Now you just act like you can't pronounce these regular common names because the whole point of this skit, which is why some think that it was done on purpose, in my opinion, is because this skit was to pronounce white names improperly because black names a lot of times get pronounced improperly. But these black names, man, listen. I'm gonna say something right quick, and I'm not trying to be nothing other than real. A lot of these names that are just really crazy and hard to pronounce, they were made up in the 80s, that the Isha era. All these crazy, ridiculous names, that comes from the Isha era of the 1980s. All right. Before that, these crazy, unpronounceable black names did not exist. And you know, I can tell you that is the case is because find a black person over 50 years old, one of these crazy names. Your grandmama, your great grandpapa was not one of these crazy, ridiculous names. Your granddaddy or your great granddaddy was named Rufus, Henry, Thomas, stuff like that. If there was a nickname, Junebug, stuff like that. It was never Darquavion. That did not happen until the 1980s and 90s. That's new. Black names in the past were not crazy and ridiculous. It was just regular American names. All right. That's the reality. And the reason why these names came about is because like an Afrocentric movement. That's kind of where that came about, to have more identity away from like dominant white culture. That's what that was. Before that, we had regular names. Okay. And that's just what it is. Okay. Anthony is one of the most common names in the black community. And Anthony, that's a name we've been named for a long time. The name Anthony come from my, was it great-grandfather? Yeah, my great-grandfather. So, of course, my name, and it's funny because my name is very common. My name would have been very common in the early 1900s in the black community. And when I was a kid, sometimes I would face, oh, you got a white boy's name, because the kids that I grew up with were part of that early Isha generation. Kids born in the 80s, they were the first ones to get those different kind of names. But my name comes from my actual family members. My great-grandfather was John James Anthony Isaac. So that's where the Anthony comes from. And my dad was Jeffrey Brian Logan. So you take the Anthony, put it in front of the Brian Logan, and boom, there we have it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, my name already existed. It was just recycled. Somebody named Darquavion, there's no Darquavion the third. Ain't no Walmart Tavius the third. That's somebody that just got named that in 1995, not 1905. Anyway, I digress. Yeah, LaDainian Tomlinson, again, an 80s baby. An 80s baby. Ain't nobody from the 1950s named LaDainian. Rufus, Henry, Eloise, Ella Mae. That's old school black names. All right. Yeah, then I remember when they tried to kind of remix it. D. Anthony. Why you got to put the French stuff in it? Like, what's the deal? Why you got to mix French and Italian, or like go full Italian? But ain't nobody named D'Anthony in Italy. Well, they might have a last name like Mike D'Antonio, but I never seen nobody Italian named D'Anthony. Like, where'd that come from? Anyway, if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. Anyway, let's check this out. Let's go to church right quick, shall we? And this person has an interesting prayer for you. Okay, let's check it. Hold on 1 second.
To rise in body or spirit, and let us confess our faith today in the words of the Sparkle Creed.
Before we get to the Sparkle Creed, I know a young lady named Latrina. I'm not making this up. Latrina. It's like, okay, you might want to let's like put that in Google right quick before you name a child something. Put the name in Google and see what comes up. Latrina, latrine. What you mean, a toilet? A toilet? Anyway, let's hear about the Sparkle Creed, shall we?
I invite you to rise in body or spirit, and let us confess our faith today in the words of the Sparkle Creed. I believe in the non-binary God, whose pronouns are plural. I believe in Jesus Christ, their child, who wore a fabulous tunic and had 2 dads, and saw everyone as a sibling child of God. I believe in the rainbow. I invite you to rise.
So that is part of the Sparkle Creed, okay? Please don't let this infect your churches, because I'm seeing this everywhere, not just in San Fran, New York City, everywhere. Is it a joke? I can't tell. I can't tell. I mean, the guy put himself in the video, obviously, but that appears to be dead serious. Hold on. Let me see if I can find that one. The Sparkle Creed. All right. Nah, this is serious. Okay. Minnesota pastor Anna Helgen reads the Sparkle Creed. This is on real. This is dead serious. Okay. This is 100% serious. Hold on. Let's check it out. It's an older video, but it's a real video. All right. Let's watch. Since I was challenged to say, hey man, that's fake. Okay, now we gotta watch more. Hold on.
Of the Sparkle Creed. I believe in the non-binary God, whose pronouns are plural. I believe in Jesus Christ, their child, who wore a fabulous tunic and had 2 dads, and saw everyone as a sibling child of God. I believe in the rainbow spirit, who shatters our image of one white light and refracts it into a rainbow of gorgeous diversity.
Okay, so no more. I ain't gonna torture you no more, but that's dead serious. So her name again, Minnesota pastor Anna Helgen reads the Sparkle Creed. All right, I don't know where that comes from. Like, you just making stuff up at this point. Can we just read from the Bible or nah? Like, what's going on? We just gonna make up stuff? The Sparkle Creed, the non-binary and 2 dads, all kind of stuff. Like, what are we even saying? So yeah, this is all over the place. All over the place. Again, not just in your left coast super liberal cities, but everywhere. Everywhere. All right. And yeah, somebody said it. That's the first red flag is a female pastor. Okay. That is the first red flag right there. All right. Let's keep on going. We have quite a bit to get into here. And if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. We have illegal aliens in Denver setting up an encampment to protest city shelters.
I'm V Reeves with HAND, House Keys Action Network Denver. I use they, them pronouns. My name is spelled V, just the letter V. Last name Reeves. So.
You know what? Can I say something right quick? An observation, if you will. These little Muslim scarves, the Palestinian scarves, these are becoming as ubiquitous as the mask. That's a new mask. But rather than putting it on their face and put it on their shoulders, hey, you know what? I'm woke. I'm down with whatever cause is going on. If they tell me to wear a mask, I'm going to put on a mask. If they tell me to get vaxxed, I'm going to get vaxxed. If they tell me anything, I'm going to do it. I want to show that I'm woke. I want to show that I am part of, I'm with you guys. I'm in solidarity with you guys. Okay. I have pronouns. I'm changing my name to something weird. It's like, it's really strange. It reminds me of like Nation of Islam a little bit. Shout out to those guys, but actually Nation of Islam is better. With them, all you got to do, change your name. Okay, your name is Anthony Johnson. Now your name is Malik Muhammad. Okay, you're going to put on the suit with a red bow tie or a black bow tie. You're going to get a haircut with a part in the middle, and if you're gray, dye it like Farrakhan does. All right, that's going to be a uniform, and that tells everybody you part of us. You got to say, Assalamu alaikum, wa alaikum assalam, Aki, all that. Say all that, then you're down with us. But now with the LGBTQ element of P, put on a terrorist scarf, okay, change your name to the letter V for some reason, random thing, make up some pronouns for yourself, put on the terrorist scarf or the mask or the fist that they stole from the Black Power movement, put all that together, and now you're one of us. That's what's happening right now in 2024, but I digress. That was on my chest. I had to get it off.
We called for this emergency press conference because it became very clear from several meetings that we'd been having with the folks here at this encampment and also with other migrants that there needed to be clarification on the kinds of systemic conditions these folks are put under. There's a lot of dissonance and a huge amount of difference between what is coming out of the city and what the mayor is saying and what the reality of these people's lives are. There's also so many incredibly strong parallels that come between the cause for the unhoused migrants' rights here in Colorado and in the U.S., and then there are parallels with the fight for a free Palestine. Now,
okay, so did you hear that? She's bridging the migrants who are just out in the street, the illegal aliens, migrants, whatever you want to call them, who just out in the street taking the resources with what's happening in Palestine. Okay, make that make sense.
Now, a lot of that comes from the fact that we're facing a common enemy. We're facing a colonial structure that decides that black and brown bodies are not of the same value as white European colonial settler bodies are.
Yeah, your grandma and them, like, is that what we talking about? It's always them talking like this. Like you got a whole head full of blonde hair. Like you're part of the problem. According to you, I'm not saying that. You're saying that. So what are we talking about exactly? Okay, what are you gonna do? You gonna fall on the sword for Palestine or nah? Like, what is really going on? Okay, here's more about the whole Denver kerfuffle. Wall Street Silver, shout out to you for posting this one, boss. Illegal aliens now get 6 months free housing in Denver. Cops were literally defunded $8 million so that the government could pay for this. Doesn't that sound familiar? There's like the firefighter who died after he was fired to free up room for the migrants to get some money in New York City. Sounds very familiar to me, but let's keep on going.
There is actually, the sanctuary city of Denver is boasting financial cuts, like defunding the police by $8 million to take care of illegal aliens. There's an actual organization in Denver called Hope Has No Borders, very cute name, of course, where you can actually get paid and paired to host illegal immigrants. All you need to do is dial 211, complete a 20-minute phone call, describe the type of living space you have and how long you would like to host illegal aliens, and in return, you'll get your food and your utility bills paid for. Joe Biden's economy. This is how it works. Currently, illegals receive 6 months of free housing and food in Denver, but apparently that's not enough. Not to mention that Denver has a population of over 700,000, about 80% identify as Democrats, and it is the most liberal city in Colorado, just by pure rankings, not by assumption, but I'd assume correctly anyway. About 40,000 illegals have infiltrated the community over the past 15 months, and the city has allocated almost 90 million, 89.9, on migrant assistance for 2024. So I just can't imagine being a host for migrants that don't speak your language, and then they can run an absolute muck in your home. And then I'm also thinking about the fact that you bring them into your home and it's like, are they doing chores? Because if they start to help out in the home, to me, this just seems like some weird virtual signaling that turns into a snowball of systematic racism. And
it's called slavery. Say the word. Say the word. Slavery. Well, it's voluntary slavery, I suppose, but it's the same thing. Hey, stay in my house and I'll feed you, and then in return do a few chores. It's slavery. That's what that is. And people in Colorado, a lot of the liberals are going to want this. They can get paid and they don't got to pay them. Why not? Free labor.
Sense, right? They keep illegals relying on Americans for.
Yeah, you're on to something right there. You're on to it. I said it. They're the new slaves. There's no more need to keep people in bondage involuntarily, beating them in the head and whipping them and all of that. The barbarism of the 1700s is over with. It's 2024. America was kind of built on that. So it's like you got a lot of these people who are evil and they see an opportunity to go right back to it. So, okay, bring them in and then they could just be the new slaves. So when you hear people say stuff like, oh, they do jobs that Americans don't want to do, what that means is Americans don't want to be slaves or be in a pseudo-slavery system, but the illegals will do it. We'll put them in that system. That's what that means. It's very simple. And a lot of these low-paid jobs that can't get done here because of our labor laws, all we do is send it overseas. Okay, you can't be in America hunched over a desk going like this for 18 hours, just one motion all day for 18 hours. You can't do that in America and then have living quarters right off the side, and the job is so bad and it's so depressing, you want to delete yourself all the time. Like, ain't no self-deletion nets outside of factories here in America. Well, ain't too many factories at all, but different story. You can't do that all day in America, so we send it overseas to China to make them do it. China, India, Bangladesh, etc. And the migrants, okay, you want to have somebody in your house working for free, doing laundry and cooking food. Okay, cool. Bring in the migrants. That's what's going on right in your city. Hey, they might as well have auction blocks. Have everybody get off at 2:00 on the Wednesday and go down to the auction block. And you see somebody that looks kind of strong and like they'd be a good fit for your house. Okay, you want to get him. Do a little physical. Do they have any kind of disease? Do they have cholera, dysentery, mumps, measles, whatever? Okay, they cool, they're good, they're clean. All right, bring them on in. What's old shall become new, but it's a remix. That's all. Anyway, let's check this out. This is Queens, New York City, migrant shelter with 1,000 people. All right, in a tent city.
Queens, New York, standing outside a migrant shelter that is for men. This is a huge encampment back here, housing over 1,000 men from all over the world. Most of these men that you're seeing right here are from Africa and Venezuela. I want to show you right across the street from me is a baseball field. There's an elementary right there, a YMCA down the street right there. And beyond these tents is a senior citizen center. This is built in a neighborhood. All of these men here, right here, they need work. They want work permits so they can work. They entered into America illegally, therefore they cannot work. And they're put in a neighborhood in Queens, New York. Could you imagine if this happened in your neighborhood? How would you feel? There were protests in the streets when this all came, but those protesters, nothing happened because this was still built here. The city is taking care of these men because this is a sanctuary city, and this is what is happening. Another result, having these open borders, all of these people have came. All they can do all day long is just sit and wait and hope that they get a work permit someday, and this insanity needs to stop.
Well, you can stop it, Eric Adams. All you got to do is just stop being a sanctuary. Stop being a sanctuary and you be good. But until that happens, you're going to have that kind of thing continue to go on. It's going to continue to happen. All right. Now, I got something crazy to show you guys. It's crazy, but it ain't nothing that's like, Now, this is over in UK, but I think the guy I'm going to show you might be here in America. We're going to see that in a minute. So look at this advertisement they're going to show. Okay, wet dad, male lactation pills. This #1 UK male milk proven and tested safe. This is an advert on the side of like a bus stop in UK. UK, are you guys okay? We saw the witch and her male companion who looked ridiculous with the horn on his head. That was probably an implant. And now we see male lactation pills. Any medical experts out there, doctors, nurses, anybody, any kind of physician, anybody that knows anything about the human anatomy, is it possible for men to breastfeed? I'm not sure that's really a thing. I never heard about men pumping out breast milk into containers and selling them, or keeping it in the bottle in the refrigerator. You know what I mean? I never heard that before. I never heard about a man doing that. Is that possible? Because I know how difficult breastfeeding and pumping can be, you know, and a lot of times it can hurt women, might get chafed and bleeding and stuff like that. So maybe a guy says, you know what, I'll be super dad. I'll step in and contribute some milk. I don't think that's how that works. Where's milk come out of? Your guess, listen, your guess is as good as mine. Your guess is as good as mine. Okay. So somebody says men can lactate, but it's not breast milk. Yeah, Danny, hey, you know what? We might be evolved. We might be evolved right now. Okay. That reminds me of somebody that was talking about dogs eating raw meat. And it was a whole argument over dogs eating raw meat. Okay, so I got this video right here of a dog eating.
Let's feed my Cane Corso. Tonight, she'll be having a whole pork chop. And yes, I'll be feeding raw pork and cutting it into smaller chunks and putting it into her slow feeder bowl.
Now, I ain't gonna play the whole video of her setting it up, but you can see it's a lot of raw meat, pork and chicken, and it's some bones and whatnot, uncooked bones, so the bones won't splinter or anything like that. This is a good meal for big Cane Corso. Pardon me. It's a good meal for a dog, big dog like that. They're gonna eat raw food. People were arguing, talking about, oh, you can't feed dogs raw food. And then somebody said, hey, you know what? Do dogs have stoves in the wild? They were like, nah, but that's a house dog. I was like, so since the dog got domesticated, they can't eat raw food anymore. How does that really work? I don't know the science behind that. I didn't know domestication changed their stomach tract and the way that they can digest food and their teeth and how they can actually eat. I did not know that is what happened. I thought domestication just meant they can be in the house with you and they're not going to act a fool like they might, like they may in the wild. Even in the wild, they can be domesticated at a certain point. Okay, so yeah, dogs can eat raw food. It is okay. All right. Just because the dog's inside sometimes does not mean all of a sudden because it doesn't make any sense. Even if you let your dog, let's say you got a backyard, right? I got a lot of friends that got big backyards and the dog's just out there, just running around, doing his thing. And there might be some kind of small rodent outside. The dog can eat the rodent and be fine because they're a dog. Is what they do. Hold on. Bletch says, my transgender dog only eats organic tofu veggies. Exactly. Yeah, there you go. All right. Yeah, then they're going to say my dog is gay. Right. Yeah, my dog is LGBT. Yeah, my dog is a complete male and got a bunch of kids and everything else. But yeah, my dog is LGBT. A complete mess. Hold on. Hand in Hand says raw food is best for dogs. It's better for their stomachs. Exactly. It's really simple. Yeah. I've never in my life seen a dog cook food, and I for sure have never seen a dog or a wolf or any kind of canine just out and about. A coyote. I've never in my life seen a coyote just tear apart some little small rodent and then put it on a grill outside and cook that and then be like, okay, you put a thermometer in it and it's like, okay, it's 175 degrees internal. Let's go ahead and chow down, fellas. That's just not how things go. Humans are the only creature that cooks. And if I'm wrong, y'all please correct me. Humans are the only creature that cooks. And we're not the only carnivores. We're omnivores as well. I've never seen an animal cook food. If y'all can show me a video of an animal putting sauson and parsley flakes and Lowry seasoning salt on some chicken on the grill, like somebody's uncle on Memorial Day weekend, if you can show me that, then I'll give you $1 million. I promise I will. Show me a dog with a whole bib on cooking food and really cooking it and not just posing with the little utensils in his mouth for a picture. You get all the money, you get all the tea in China, all the money in the world. All right. But anyway, now speaking about things that don't make any sense, here we go with a person. I don't know what this person's pronouns are, but we can see we got a full beard and some Willie Nelson braids, maybe appearing to be some kind of transformer, and he is being given the baby.
Oh no, I put it back on her.
I know, but her brother knows that's all.
Oh, he went there.
Now, this person is in a hospital bed, and the baby is being put on this guy's chest. Now, okay, my man, why are you in a hospital bed? What is the purpose? Did you have the baby? Now, last I checked, men can't have babies. Now, unless we're dealing with a woman that has a beard, which I don't think, because I know we can have hormones that can produce hair, facial hair on women. I know we have that. But I don't know about a hormone that can make your jaw look blocky like that. Okay, your jaw can't go from 0 to 100 with hormones. That's not how that works. Your head size, your brow size, your jaw, your hands, you are a man.
So cool.
Oh man, okay. Now I'm seeing chest hair. Now, okay, that's enough of that. That is quite enough of that. All right. Now, this is the guy talking. All right. This is obviously a male. Not even trying to hide it with the beard and everything.
I'm not gonna argue that, but I'm not sure why you're saying I'm vain, but I agree with you.
Because they're ugly.
Oh, I'm sorry. Book an appointment, boo. What's your baby's name? Which one? There are two. We have Dylan Lee, who's our oldest or eldest son, and then Kyle Ann, his twin sister.
Now, okay, you guys can see this, right? You guys may recognize where this is being streamed. Well, it's not live right now as I'm talking, but it was a live stream at one point somebody recorded. So guess where this person is live streaming? Out of all the networks, you have a man who has purchased 2 babies and is feeding them with a bottle. Guess where he's streaming? You'll never guess in a million years. You give up, I'll tell you. The Antichrist itself, TikTok. Oh yeah, of course. Anything crazy like this is always on TikTok. Always.
Cake Lady, you ordered some products today. Thank you so much for your support. Everybody, if you're like, I don't want to subscribe, I don't want to send virtual gifts, you can go order some shampoo and conditioner.
So hey, I just bought 2 babies. Go buy my stuff because I'm using the babies right now for promotion. These guys, man, I thought that was human trafficking. I thought you couldn't do that. And you know what? It's always these guys. They get babies like it's a designer purse. That's usually how it is. The LGBT guys purchase kids like a designer purse. And I've seen it with my own 2 eyes. I've seen it firsthand. I saw it many years ago. I was in Trader Joe's. This is when I first started going to Trader Joe's in Virginia, a long time ago, because I was trying to find a healthy store, a store with some good food. And my homie, shout out to my man, U.S. Daniels. He was like, yo, go to Trader Joe's. I'm like, bet. So I started going to Trader Joe's way down Laskin Road in Virginia Beach. It was like a 30-minute drive. So I was dedicated to get some really good, healthy food from where I was living. But anyway, so I make the drive 30 minutes down Laskin Road, Virginia Beach. I go in there. And if you know about Trader Joe's, you're in white liberal central, black liberal central, Asian. You're in Trader Joe's, has good products, of course, But you go in there, it's like walking into a DNC convention or a college campus. It's like the people that go protest on college campuses, they grow up and then they go to Trader Joe's. You're going to see Transformers in there, a little bit of everything, right? Anyway, I'm in there trying to get my produce, trying to get my apples and my grapes and peanuts or whatever. I'm seeing these two gay dudes looking like Pete Buttigieg and his husband with two black kids. Now, the kids are being carried by these people, but they're too big to be carried. They were carrying them, and the kids were half of their size. It's like, my man, why are you carrying this baby? His feet are almost on the ground. It's not even the baby anymore. This is like a toddler or maybe like a 5 or a 6 year old. They were carrying them like that because it's like wearing a designer bag. You know how the girls do with the little clutch purses, carrying the purse with no handles on it like this just to the club? That's how they were with the kids. It's disgusting. I hate this. Look, you want to adopt kids? Okay, cool. That's fine. But why must you're doing it for the wrong purpose? We saw that situation where there was this LGBT couple who had adopted kids and they were trafficking the kids. We saw that happen. So adopting kids need a place to be. I'm all for it. But when you have bad intentions, I'm not for it. And then when you're purchasing babies as an LGBT, I got a problem with that as well. I got a problem with the whole situation. I'm just not with it, man. I don't like it. It should not be legal. You know, at one point in time, LGBT, they couldn't adopt. And now you listen, and now you see why, don't you? Anyway, but yeah, if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up, like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. All right, now we got a whole lot more to get into. Where do I want to begin or go to? All right, let's see this. All right, hold on. This is out of, where is this? In Texas, Corpus Christi, Texas. We have a little foot chase for some officers, and it doesn't really go the way that it should. So we have a young lady running from the cops, but it's not really a run. It's kind of like a light jog. And here's an officer confronting her, trying to arrest her, but she's resisting. We have officer number 2, and they're both now chasing this young lady. She's basically doing like the neighborhood morning jog, and the cops cannot catch up. It's like, what are we even doing? She can lightly jog for as long as she wants, not get tired, not get exhausted, and they're not going to be able to catch her. So that's an L for the female officers out there. They did not catch her in that clip at all. So yeah, that's a big L. Shout out to them. Can we get a little bit more endurance, perhaps a little bit more stamina, a little bit of aerobic training? Now, look, I'm not Usain Bolt out here. I'm not the fastest guy in the world, but I think I can go ahead and run old girl down. I can run her down, exert a little bit of cardiovascular activity, and we'll make it happen. And if you can't run somebody down that's lightly jogging, doing a neighborhood jog, this might not be the job for you. You might need to go to desk duty or something else, okay? Or get back in your vehicle and try to do something that way. But anyway, now we have some other officers in Sweden. Let's check this out. Let's see what they're doing. Okay. So you just down with the activities, huh? With the LGBT. Alrighty. Having a good old time. Officer friendly for real. Yeah, you real friendly, ain't you? All righty. Okay, so that's what's happening out there. So rather than trying to, hey, man, if you can't beat them, join them. That's pretty much what's happening over there. Now, this is crazy about some law enforcement as well, or lack thereof. Let's go to Seattle, Washington. Now, this deli is facing fines, daily fines of up to $5,000 because they are being targeted by criminals. Check it out. Hold on. Here we go.
Saigon Deli in the Chinatown International District is facing a graffiti problem.
The city, they want us to clean up all the graffiti on the building.
Kwok Deng, the owner of the business, says this letter was posted on their door by Seattle Public Utilities, stating that his business is a potential graffiti nuisance property based on the persistent graffiti on the building. And if he doesn't clean it up, he will be fined $100 a day or up to $5,000. But Deng tells me it's a cycle that seems never ending.
Sometimes every day, sometimes every week. We don't know, because we out of control. They do.
So it was really $100 a day. $100 a day, up to $5,000 because they can't clean the graffiti. And the thing is, they keep cleaning it and they keep retagging it. So it's like, what do you do? At a certain point, you got to just think about what is the better solution. Keep trying to clean it or just take the fine. I would just take the fine and then buck on it. Like, what are you going to do? Like, what can you really do? And I'm sure that it's not just his restaurant getting tagged. I'm sure it's the whole block. And probably a few blocks.
At nighttime, even on the daytime, we see it, we can do nothing.
So you heard what he says they do it at nighttime, sometimes in the daytime. And what are they going to do? Call the police in Seattle, Washington? Good luck with that. What's going to happen? Look, left coast, California, Washington, Oregon, they pretty much have waved the white flag. Do whatever you want to do. You can steal, tag buildings, whatever. You're not going to get arrested. You're not going to the penitentiary, make Big Rocks, Little Rock. So what's going to happen? Why would they stop tagging when nothing is done when the authorities are called? If the authorities have their hands tied to punish them, there's no deterrent.
Deng has been running this deli for over 30 years and says vandalism has been a constant problem in this area, which is why so many businesses have closed. Some customers we spoke with say they're glad his business is still standing.
And I am very happy that this business has stayed here and seeing the, change over so many businesses that can't afford to continue staying here, and the violence and different things along the street that have happened.
Oliveira tells me there has to be something more that can be done to help support these businesses instead of penalizing them.
Can we provide them the tools that they can remove graffiti?
I wasn't going to say anything, but what's happening here? What is really going on with this individual? Have we gone crazy in this country? I don't understand.
And not again have a sign go up and a penalty saying if you don't remove this within 10 days.
Yeah, so shout out to dude lady saying, but it's crazy because it's like, you know what? I can't even hear what you're saying. You might have said the right thing. I didn't hear a word. All I saw was you looking like, I don't even know, man. It's an evil world we live in. This is crazy. What is going on? Listen, man, if you're a dude, just be that. I don't understand this whole thing about wanting to be the opposite gender or just wanting to look androgynous, but not androgynous. Just kind of weird. Yeah. Anyway, I digress. Speaking about weird things in stores, this was a story that's trending like #1 on Google right now. A woman got found living inside of a grocery store sign for a year. Living inside the sign. So let's say you got Walmart, Wegmans, Kroger, any kind of grocery store. There's a big sign out front. Kroger, Walmart, Target. Imagine someone living inside the Target on a Target. I don't know how you get up there. Maybe there might be a ladder on the back of the building. I don't really know. I don't think she jumped up there and just hopped in the sign, but somehow, some way, she got inside the sign and began to live there. So let's check it out.
You heard footsteps above you while getting groceries. You may not have been hearing things after all. A 34-year-old woman was found living in this sign above the family fair in Midland.
So look, she's in the family fair. What's this, Midland, Texas, I believe. So you see that the sign has like a roof on it, basically. And that might be, maybe like 200 square foot, 300 square foot, maybe not that big, probably about 200 square foot inside the sign, maybe about 150 in there. She had all kind of stuff inside of that sign.
According to police, that discovery was made by a contractor, and it remains a mystery as to how she was able to get up there. Police say there was no access door to the roof from inside, nor was there a ladder found. The store is helping her get her belongings off, and she is not facing charges, but she will be arrested if she returns.
So look, there's pictures of it right there. So you see, hold on. In the back, there's some kind of like entrance, I suppose. And then there's a chair in there, like a little table or something on the side right here. She had all kind of this is somebody that knew what they were doing. They had their belongings, a little salad dressing, some fruits, some water jugs with who knows what inside. So yeah, she was actually living in there. It said she had flooring and everything. Hold on, let me see if I can find the flooring. Because that whole thing was totally nuts. All right, let me see if I can show you guys that. I might not be able to. But yeah, she had flooring. She had all kind of stuff in that sign. I mean, it's crazy, but you know, that just shows you how crazy the economy is, because people are going to start living in signs, doing whatever they can to make it happen.
It's not every day.
Hold on. I got another video right here. I'm going to put up on the screen right quick. Yeah, I got another one that I could show maybe a little bit more.
That you hear of someone living.
It's Michigan. I thought it was Texas, but this is Michigan.
Inside a store sign. That's what contractors found at this family fair store in Midland.
RP to the headphone user. Sorry for the loud noise.
Police say the woman was homeless, but in this small area, she had everything she needed.
It's how resourceful she was.
Sarah Lynn Temple is the executive director at the nonprofit Midland's Open Door. She doesn't know this woman and wasn't aware of the situation until she read
Safe.
Who have lost their
employment, healthcare at swimming place.
Okay. We can talk about all of that. That's fine. But let's look at the inside or not.
Some of the restrictions. Company Spartan Nash sent us this continues to be quote.
Well, they don't want to show the inside, but you get the idea of what's happening. You saw kind of what she had going on, but she had a little bit of everything in there. All right. So, hey, it's rough out here. Now, speaking about times getting rough, we've seen some issues with some people stealing and just doing whatever they want to do on the job. Now, this is an elderly lady wearing an ankle monitor, stealing a package in front of somebody's house, right on camera. All right. The music is off because it got some kind of copywritten stuff in there. All right. So you got Meemaw with the shawl, the sweater, just stealing stuff straight from the hunched over and everything. Hunched over with the shawl on, wearing an ankle monitor, stealing. And stealing quite a few things. All right. And if you didn't see the ankle monitor, look right there on her right hand. There's an ankle monitor. So this lady had been doing this before, either stealing or something else. Out on bail, and what does Meemaw do? Go right back to stealing. It's like, ma'am, you're wearing an ankle monitor. Please, can you stay home? Now, I don't know what the deal is, why she wants to do this. Maybe she's just a criminal, and, you know, that kind of thing happens. Now, here is a postal worker in, where's this at? This is in Dublin, California, getting robbed gunpoint. Now, this has happened a lot in Virginia. Actually, back in a place where I lived for a long time in Portsmouth, they removed all the mailboxes from Portsmouth. Not these kind of mailboxes, but the ones you can just put mail in, those big public ones, those big blue ones. They've taped all those up because there was too much stealing happening. Now, pardon me, not stealing, too many armed robberies of the actual postal workers. All right, no sound for the video, but you can kind of see what's going on. And while that's playing, I'm going to see if I can find the other one about, see, look. And then, listen, you doing something like this, man, you deserve to go, you deserve to really get sent up under the penitentiary, man. Robbing the mail lady, man. I mean, what part of the game is that? That's totally crazy. Totally crazy. Nah, I mean, these thieves, man, no honor at all. In the least bit. It's totally crazy. So yeah, that's happening. So listen, if I'm a postal worker, I'm bringing the pistol. Like, I'm not trying to have that happen to me. And we've seen that quite a bit. Women getting robbed, especially for whatever they got going on. But I've seen men get robbed as well. I'm gonna see if I can find the one about the post office boxes in Portsmouth being closed off. All right. And if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up, like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. Now, here's one that's kind of controversial, I suppose. Now, an Amazon driver driving really crazy, kind of reckless. All right. And this is part of the reason why your package came shattered into pieces. So you see what happened. So she's rushing. That's why she was running to the door and just threw the package, took the picture. It's because she was rushing. A lot of these people are on a time clock. So it's like, okay, now I'm just trying to get from point A to point B, get there real quick. But in the process of rushing, you're driving crazy on the actual driveway. That's the first thing. The second thing is that you did not put the vehicle in park. You just kind of left it in drive, maybe. I suppose you just stopped the vehicle, but you didn't put it in park or put the brake on. So it just slides into the house. So in your attempt to rush and get the job done, you're making matters worse because you're not actually, doing what's supposed to be done. And here's a video I was talking about as well. Y'all give me a second. I'm going to load this up. All right. And let me do it this way. Here we go. And let me just reload that. And if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up, like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That helped me out tremendously. All right, here we go. Let's let it rock.
So I went to the post office today to mail off something, and I pulled up, and the post office box was not in use. So I went inside, and I'm like, why I gotta go inside just to mail something? So the post office worker told me that in Portsmouth, Virginia, they're no longer letting us put the mail in the mailboxes because the mail delivery drivers are getting robbed. So I don't know what this country is coming to. What do you think about that? Do you think they should block the mailboxes, or we got to get out of the car to get robbed to go take the mail into the post office? What my wife said.
So, I mean, really, this ain't nothing new. This Portsmouth, being Portsmouth, I lived there for a long time as a kid. When I was a kid, it was crazier, but you didn't really have the postal workers getting robbed. It would just be regular people getting robbed or deleted and everything like that. That'd be what's going on back in my day, back in the 90s. Like in the 90s, crack era, it was crazy. It was nuts out there. But it was so much chaos happening because of all of that. It wasn't a focus on people. Like what you see right now in Portsmouth is desperation. That's what that is. Okay. Some of these neighborhoods I recognize, I already know kind of what's going on. You in the hood. And that's why you got that kind of thing going on. Because ain't nothing out there. I mean, they got the casino, but I mean, that's not going to be enough for people that live in the area to have something. If you're living in Portsmouth and you're living in the hood like that, you got to just leave, man. You got to leave. Like some of these cities, like these Rust Belt cities that are still inhabited by people, just go ahead and leave. There's nothing there. All you're going to do if you continue to be there is do stuff like that to keep on, or just living on government benefits because it ain't nothing else there. All right. And it's crazy because Portsmouth is so messed up. It's the poorest place in the 7 cities, Virginia, that area. And you got to pay to go there because of the tunnels, the bridges and tunnels. You got to pay. And I remember when they built, or when they put the toll, you get a downtown tunnel, midtown tunnel. They put the tolls on the tunnels. People were moving, selling their house to avoid paying the tolls. And that's homeowners. So imagine if you just in the hood, like Lennon Oaks and Dale Homes, all, man, please. you have to leave. And some of those people may not like when they have gentrification, but that's what they need. If you're living in Portsmouth and it's been ghetto for forever, and then it gets revitalized, you can no longer live your ghetto existence anymore, just doing enough to get by. You got to really be motivated to have some success. They dumped the worst of the worst right there in Portsmouth. Yeah, Portsmouth. Yeah, Portsmouth. Exactly. Hey, the Greek Fest in 89. I was a little kid when that happened, but that's like a legendary thing, unfortunately. And the Greek Fest, that was more just people that are not used to Virginia in the way it works. Just think they could just do whatever they want. They were playing Fight the Power, all of that stupid stuff back then. F the police. They were just trying to be adversarial. But that's not really what happens with locals. What locals would do when talking about like the Virginia Beach oceanfront, when you're going down to the beach in Virginia Beach, you got 3 groups: military, locals, and tourists. Locals try to take advantage of the tourists, trying to rob the tourists or lure them into a trap if there's going to be some kind of crime going on. But generally, most people, it's cool. Be going to have fun. In the military, they don't know what's going on. They're green as a tourist. The military may as well be tourists because they don't really get involved with local life a lot of times. They stay on the base and that's it. They might come off the base and have fun, but they're like tourists when they come to the beach. But with the Greek Fest, what happened was the tourists, and it's always like this, the tourists come, act however they want to act, bring in their hometown criminality there, and they kind of intermix with the local hoodlums, and then chaos happens. And those that are just there, the regular normie locals and the normie tourists get caught up in the crossfire. That's how it always happens every single time. Okay? So yeah, Greek Fest was in Virginia Beach, oceanfront. But let's watch this. This is Dana White filming somebody chucking packages into a truck. And I think this guy got fired, actually.
FedEx. We'll get your shit there, but we'll fuck it up.
Now, Dana White or anybody like this, any celebrity that films somebody doing something like this, you know the guy's going to get fired off the rip. So I'm not sure if I like this, but at the same time, it's like, my man, what are you doing? Why are you just hurling the boxes in the back of the truck? What's going on with that? Why do that? So it's kind of a, you know, double-edged sword, I suppose. So yeah, that guy got fired. That guy got fired because of the video. They recognized him. They knew what was going on. And now he's gone. Unfortunately. So yeah, moral of the story. Some may say that was wrong of him to post that. Some may say it was right. But the moral of the story is you're in public, do right. You never know who's watching. You never, ever, ever know who's watching. So just do right and you won't have any problems. All right. But if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up, like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. And about the beach, before I move on. The beach is cool in the daytime. If you go down the beach in the daytime, in the summer, whenever, just you're fine if you're in the daytime. You stick to the strip, the tourist locations. Now you want to go off the beaten path and take a drive and start walking. I don't advise that. Just stay where the tourists stay. You want to try to like drive away. Hey, let's go to this place called SeaTac, and it's an historic district. Mess around and die in SeaTac, but anyway. Just stay where the tourists are, you'll be fine in the daytime. Now, at nighttime, that's where you got to be a little bit more adventurous. If you want to go down to the Virginia Beach oceanfront at nighttime, that's for the adventurous. Unless you're like right in your hotel or right in the beach outside your oceanfront hotel. If you're on the strip and you're trying to get into the mix, trying to go to the clubs and all of that, okay. But you know that at that point, you're into some more risky behavior. And don't even go 4th of July, any kind of weekend that's marketed to a lot of these kids all over the country. Nah, don't do it. Anyway, here is why a lot of stores are closing. We got some shoplifting going on. This is happening all over this could be anywhere. I don't know where this is. This could be anywhere USA. Like I said, that could be anywhere USA. Now I'm reading the comment. Shout out to Exquisite. Exquisite says, I was in Virginia Beach last summer for the first time and it was ghetto. I was not expecting that. Now, where'd you go? Were you just like on 17th Street, Oceanfront, Pacific, Atlantic? Where were you at? Or did you try to like drive around, mess around and be in Bridal Creek or SeaTac or what else? Twin Canal, like somewhere you shouldn't be, or just like down the beach? I tell everybody when they come to Virginia Beach, just go to 17th Street, take 264 straight, and park right there, right on the strip. And you'll be good. You'll be totally fine. Go to the ice cream shop, get some flip-flops, go to the little arcade they got right there, go to the Greek statue, the what's that, Zeus or whatever. Just go do all that. Go to my man holding the big turtle. Go to the water, stay close by the pier, but don't go under it, and you're fine. Anything on the strip, you're good in the daytime. But beyond that, it's a little bit of a mixed bag. If you go down south to the little nature preserve, you're cool too. But don't nobody want to do that unless you're like a real nature person. The normies, when they go down the beach, put a little towel on the sand and then just frolic in the water without really swimming. Okay. 21st Street. Yep. 21st Street, 17th Street, anything from like anything, a number street that is close 17th Street. You can go down 24, 25, 26. Anything on the strip is cool. Even North Beach is fine that way. But once you go off and you want to try to explore, that's when it gets weird. And you even sold a cart because is a cart stolen or what's going on? I'm not sure what's happening because you can't really have this big piece out like that. I don't know what's happening. And the pants, it's like, man, can you invest in a pair of pants that fit properly? Like, are we still doing that? Is it still the year 2000? And it's crazy because now guys are sagging, but they're sagging with little pants. Back in my day, you would at least sag with big pants, you know, but now you got little pants and you're sagging those. Like you intentionally bought pants that's too small. Back in my day, when I was 15, we had pants that were too big. Now you got these grown people, 50 years old with pants that's too small, sagging those. Like, what's going on? Now, speaking about being somewhere you shouldn't be and doing something you shouldn't be doing, like the ocean front and all of that, Planet Fitness. Now, Planet Fitness has waved the white flag. They have waved the white flag because They lost so many members and so much money, they have no choice but to raise their price for the very first time in 26 years. 26 years, their base price has been $10. You can join a One Planet Fitness location for $10 a month. Now, if you want amenities and training and things of this nature, that's different. If you want to go to another location, that's different. $10 a month, that was the entry fee. Now they're raising the price by 50%. They're going from $10 to $15. Now, some are going to say, well, look, ABL, it's just inflation and that's the reason. Well, listen, inflation is not just happening right now. Inflation, unfortunately, has been a constant thing. The issue right now is the rapid inflation we're facing. The majority of all the money that exists was printed during the scamdemic. I forget the stat, and you guys might know how much money was printed. Like 95% of the money in circulation right now was printed during the scamdemic. So we're having rapid inflation right now. We're having Zimbabwe. You got to carry a wheelbarrow full of money for a loaf of bread type of inflation. I'm exaggerating, but that's kind of what's going on to a certain extent, a little bit. We're experiencing some level of hyperinflation, but just not to that extreme level. My point is that there's always been inflation. Like a house in 1998 costs much different than a house even in 2019. There was a rise, but yet and still Planet Fitness had the $10 per month membership fee throughout that entire time. And now they're going to $15. So yeah, that's right. Who's NERN at one gym, at one location. If you want to go, like, let's say right now you live in Podunkville, USA, and you go to the Planet Fitness out there, that's $10 for that particular place. Now, if for some reason you want to go be a crack smoker in Los Angeles, you can go to that Planet Fitness out there for $10 more. You can't transfer your membership in one gym to another. You got to get another membership unless you got the black card, which is $25 a month, and you have access to more gyms rather than just one. They say they're not going to raise the black card membership yet, but they have to. Listen, if the black card membership is $25 and that gives you access to multiple gyms, or maybe all the gyms, I'm not sure how many you get, it makes sense for somebody who may need to have access to 2 or 3 gyms to get the black card membership because they're able to save. Rather than having 3 gym memberships at $10 a piece, you got the 25, so you good, you could save. But if the $15 is now the new base price, and you got to pay the same $15 again for a second, the black card membership of $25, you're lower than what it would be for 2. So they're going to raise that as well. They say, oh, we got inflation. Nah, what happened was the whole transgender kerfuffle. They had this gentleman in the bathroom, and a lady took a picture of him and said, hey, you can't be in here. What are you doing? What did he say? Oh, I'm LGBT. I'm transformer. I could do whatever I want. And then she complained about it, and the front desk said, hey, what can we do? He says he's a woman. So although he's in the women's locker room shaving his beard, what else can we do? She didn't like that. She exposed it, and she had this video that went viral. Check it out.
Good day. I just wanted to say I just came out of Planet Fitness, and there is a man shaving in a women's bathroom. I realize he wants to be a woman. He gets to be a woman. I love him in Christ. He's a spiritual being having a human experience. He doesn't like his gender, so he wants to be a woman. But I'm not comfortable with him shaving in my bathroom. All right. I just thought I'd say it out loud.
So pretty simple, right? Pretty simple. That video went viral. She went all over the place doing interviews and everything else. Planet Fitness suffered a $400 million market cap loss in March when that happened. They might want to say it's inflation, why they're raising the prices, but they even admit it. They said they were doing very well at the beginning of March. they're meeting or exceeding expectations as far as growth at Planet Fitness as a whole collective, all the gyms. But then after that video, cancellations skyrocketed and membership slowed. Now, they said that they've been able to see a rebound in new memberships, but there's still elevated levels of cancellations, more than usual, because of the whole Transformer kerfuffle. And then the worst part was how it was handled by Planet Fitness. They revoked her membership because she took the picture and put it online. Meanwhile, the person who should be, the guy that was in the women's restroom should have been the one punished for being in the wrong place at the wrong time. You see what I'm saying? So all of that led to them having to do that. So now they're waving the white flag. We're not meeting our expectations financially. We're not hitting our numbers. Now we got to raise the price. That's what happens. So yeah, but you know, we know what the saying is, right? When you go woke, you go broke. And they went broke. That is what happened. All right, I got some more I want to get to right quick. And if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. Okay, I want to ask you guys this question. Do you think this is racist? Vivek and Coulter. All right, let's check it out.
Oh, and I agreed with many, many things you said during, in fact, probably more than most other candidates when you were running for president. But I still would not have voted for you because you're an Indian.
Let's pause right there. So do you think that's racist? She says, I like what you said more than most others, but I still would not have voted for you because you're an Indian. Is that racism? What do you call it if it's not racism? Let's keep on going. And, you know, some say I didn't play the full context. I mean, I got it all right. I got a lot right here. What more needs to be said? Like, what's the context? If I say, hey, you know what? Hey, Donald Trump, you know, I like you. You got a lot of good ideas, but you're white, so I'm not voting for you. Or, hey, Ben Carson, you know, you're great. You got a lot of good ideas, but the reason why I'm not voting for you because you're black. Like, what do you call that?
There is a core national identity that is the identity of the WASP. And that doesn't mean we can't take anyone else in a Sri.
Somebody said being honest is not being racist. Well, I mean, does that make... So you got to lie to be a racist? I didn't know that was a qualification. You have to lie to be a racist. You can be honest and be racist at the same time. All right, just because you really feel that way does not mean that it's not racist.
Lankan or a Japanese or an Indian, but the core around which the nation's values are formed is the WASP. We've never had a president who didn't have at least partial English ancestry. Never.
Mm-hmm. No, I think that's an interesting tour through that historical lane, but I want to pick on one point you said, which is citizenship, right? Let's talk about what does it mean to be a citizen of a nation. And it's interesting, if a lot of people trip up on this, they'll say, well, it means what you get, right? Do I get to vote or do I get some other claim? And that doesn't really work. Actually, if you look through most of American history, for example, women were citizens long before women could vote, right? Mm-hmm. And so it's not about what you get. In my book, and I think that this is true with the American conception of citizenship, I think it's true of the Roman conception of citizenship, is it's about your loyalty, actually.
Now, let's pause right here. I'm seeing a few comments. Now, let's remember, let's have this understanding. Vivek was born in Ohio. So it's not about nationality because he's an American. Okay?
Yes.
To whom do you actually pledge loyalty? And so I think you and I share that in common.
Because remember, you cannot be the president if you're not a natural born U.S. citizen. And if you're going to be the candidate for president, you might need to be born in America. Although there is controversy about who was born here and who wasn't, but different story. But he was born in Cincinnati, Ohio. Let's be clear.
Actually, I don't know. I've never asked you this, Dan, but I assume from seeing the things you said, tell me if I'm right about this, you're probably against the existence of dual citizenship as a concept. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Yes. You and I share that in common.
Outrageous.
It's incoherent. It's not just outrageous. It's incoherent. It's oxymoronic. How could you possibly have a loyalty to two different nations where the essence of citizenship is which nation to whom you had your undivided loyalty. That's what the essence of citizenship is all about. So you and I agree on so much there. But where I wouldn't say lose you, but I may fail to fully understand you, is on that axis of citizenship, what does ethnicity have to do with the matter? And I think you would be well served, and maybe this could be a great platform for you to do it, to make the case for why that, what you put at WASP basis for the American identity, how is that relevant against a backdrop of which you got the WASP seventh generation descendant of some rich guy on the Upper East Side in Brooklyn that pretends to hate this country because it's the cool thing to do, versus somebody who came here as the kid of immigrants, but pledges loyalty to this country. If loyalty was the axis for citizenship, aren't you actually committing a bit of a sin, reverting back to a conception of citizenship that has nothing to do with loyalty in the first place?
Well, I will say many of those seventh generations WASP I definitely hate. I know we have a lot of really, really bad ones, but like I said, anyone can adopt this. I guess what I just said, if any of your children marry a DAR, I would definitely.
I mean, there's more. It's kind of long, but you get the idea. I mean, she's pretty much saying that there needs to be a WASP. That should be the focus about who's the president. A WASP, and if you guys don't know, that's White Anglo-Saxon Protestant. That's your Northeastern or Northwestern European people, if I'm not mistaken. White Anglo-Saxon Protestant. So I guess Joe Biden would not fit into that because he's a Catholic, allegedly. A baby deleting Catholic. I'm not sure how that works. But yeah, there's quite a few WASPs that we saw in this stream that would not really echo in Coulter's politics. All right, so that's part of that. But what do you guys think? And again, Vivek Ramaswamy was born in Cincinnati, Ohio, USA. He's an American citizen, natural-born U.S. citizen. It's funny people talking about, oh, it's because he's from India. How are you going to be a presidential candidate and be from India? Like, let's think about that for a minute. So what do you guys think? Is it okay, not okay? You guys, like, give me your opinion about what's going on. A DAR, I have no idea. I was wondering about that as well. If you guys know what that acronym is, y'all let me know in the comments. Yeah. Now the whole thing about dual citizenship, that's interesting. I'm not sure how that really works. Like if you become a citizen of the USA and you were born somewhere else, do you denounce your previous country? How does that really work? I don't know. That might be kind of a blind spot for me. I don't know how that works. Yeah, I don't know what the DAR. I don't know what the DAR is. That's a good question. I'm gonna try to find that out. DAR acronym. Daughters of the American Revolution, like a Confederate, like Daughters of the Confederacy. Like, what do we mean? Well, not really. That's the revolution. We ain't talking about the Confederacy. That's Civil War. So it says a politically conservative organization of women who had relatives who fought in the American Revolution. All right. So yeah, that might be what that means. I don't really know. Basically, if you marry somebody that was here in America since 1700s and is white. All right. Mr. says red, white, and blue are the only colors that matter. I don't care if you're sunburned. If you're here to improve the country, then let's bring it on. That's what I'm saying. Look, what I said in my video was this. I don't care if all the presidents are white. If every time that we elect somebody, it's the best person. If they happen to be all white, then so be it. If Vivek comes along and he's the best guy out of the field, then let's do it. I don't really care. It doesn't matter. I'm not looking for a racial prerequisite to somebody being great. Like even in sports, they say with certain positions, it's a black guy can do it better, white guy. Like there's not many there's not many white running backs. But Christian McCaffrey is amazing. One of the best to ever do it already. Why would I say I don't want him on my team because he's white? It's crazy. He's an amazing player. Black quarterbacks, white running backs, white cornerbacks, very rare thing. But if you're like Justin Seahorn or somebody else and you good, then so what? Come on. I don't care what color you are. Are you good or not? Can you get the job done or not? That's my thing. That's really what it is. Now, if most of the quarterbacks that are really good happen to be white, then so be it. If most running backs happen to be black, then so be it. So what? But if somebody comes along that's better or is the best and they're available for me to pick, come on. But Coulter may think a little bit differently. Now, the thing about it is, didn't I show you guys some stuff from Europe earlier with the guy with the horn in his head? So, I mean, I don't like the racial stuff. I think we should just focus on good people, and that should be the main thing. So, yeah, shout out to everybody, though. You guys that are the best audience anywhere on these interwebs. If you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. All right. Do I have more before I get to the calls and the super? I might have one more. Let me see. Now, I want to play that one. Hold on. I'm going to show you guys the Onyx one. Okay. That'd be a good note to stop the videos, and we're going to get to super chats and the calls. Now, this is, hold on. Is it going to give me audio or nah? Like, come on, Georgia followers. I need you guys to really tighten up because they recorded it without the audio and then posted it. Hold on. So, Onyx Strip Club in Atlanta, Georgia, got robbed. Now, I'm not a strip club guy, really, but strip clubs are as common as the Waffle House in Atlanta, Georgia. But Onyx is one of the better well-known ones. Magic City, Onyx, Blue Flame, all these places, very well-known. And it's so common that regular girls you'll meet, there could be a teacher working at the DMV, and they got a dancing background. They might have gone to dance. Like, it's so common. They might need a little bit of extra money. Okay, I'm going to go dance for a little bit. That's very, very common. So this is a common thing to do, to go to a strip club, but I've never heard about these strip clubs being robbed like this. This is what happened in at the Garter World Armored Truck Facility in California, where they cut a hole in the roof and did some Kool-Aid Man out the side of the building. It was something like that. Let's check it out.
And police are investigating a burglary at a popular strip club where two people stole hundreds of thousands of dollars in cash after they cut a hole in the building's roof. So take a look here. This is video from our 11 Alive Sky Tracker. You're looking at Onyx Gentlemen's Club on Cheshire Bridge Road. According to Atlanta police, two suspects, they cut a hole in the roof and then they climbed into the business around 4:15 Monday morning. They say the suspects used power tools to break into a safe containing around $250,000 in cash. If you have any information about the burglary, you're asked to call Atlanta police.
So, I mean, now the thing about it is these strip clubs in Atlanta, they open really late. So what happened was they closed on Sunday. They went on a Sunday real early in the morning, like 4 a.m., something like that. And they were in there for 2 hours. They cut a hole in the roof. They had power tools. And they busted the safe open and got $250,000. Now, some are going to ask, well, why was there so much money in there and not in the bank? Well, strip club is a cash business. So you kind of want to hide your money as much as possible. I'm not saying I would do that. I'm not saying it's the right thing to do. But, I mean, you don't want the tax man on your hind parts. And it's easy to have money right in there if you need it for whatever the reason may be. Okay? So, yeah, $250,000 in cash in a safe. Now, I understand the whole tax purpose thing, but if it was me, I wouldn't have had the money in the actual building. It would have been somewhere else. But then that's the issue with trying to transport it. And the transport spot might get hot. So it's kind of hard. The best way to do it would be to go to a bank for security and for insurance. But I think, they probably were insured already, just not in the bank. That's why they said $250,000. It probably was more than that. But that's probably the level of the insurance, probably what it would go up to. But beyond that, if you go to a bank, now you got to do with the federales. Anything you put in the bank or in some kind of fintech app, PayPal, anything like that, the feds know. The feds know. And when they come for tax time, they're going to see if you're going to lie or not. They're playing chicken. It's like, okay, you're going to lie about how much money you made. You said you made X, we know you made Y. We have receipts. We got bank statements. So if you lie about that, that's going to be a problem. Then you get into a higher tax bracket. It's a whole big mess. So that's what happened. $250,000 at minimum stolen from safes, just like the way it was at the Garter World. Now, the Garter World had $13 million stolen, and nobody knows what happened. I think in both cases, it was an inside job. How do you go to a strip club and perform a Batman through the roof and steal $250,000 from locked safes with power tools, and you're there for 2 hours and nobody knows nothing? Garter World, same thing. An armored truck facility. There was a movie about hitting an armored truck facility, and I forgot what it's called, but I watched that probably within the past 3 to 4 months. I forget what it was called. You guys know what I'm talking about. They hit an armored truck. It was this whole big plan. They went through a lot of different things to do it. They had to get some guys on the inside. And yeah, it was a whole thing. I forget what it was called, but I watched that recently. It's crazy. So yeah, shout out to Onyx. Yeah, Slam. Shout out to Jordan's King Sword. Yep. Put a black light to the money. Somebody knows. Yeah, somebody knows, of course. Was it Heat? Hold on. Let me see if it was. I don't know if it was that movie. Nah, it might have been. I think this movie is similar. The movie I'm talking about was similar to Heat, but it was not Heat. It was not Heat, I don't think. Set It Off? No. I know Set It Off. I'm in the bind, Nate. Shout out TGA for that soundbite. Yeah, it wasn't Set It Off. Set It Off was crazy. That was a bank robbery. And that movie was so dumb. So many plot holes. It didn't make any sense. Like, they robbed the bank for next to no money. It was a whole big mess. Anyway, if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video. Share the video. Not Dead Presidents. Not Dead Presidents with Chris Tucker. Yeah, that was a good one. Italian Job. Was it Italian Job? That sounds kind of familiar. Let me see if it was Italian Job. I'm gonna find this movie. It wasn't an Italian Job. It was a more modern one. If I find it, I'm gonna let you guys know. Most Def was in this movie. That's crazy. Nah, I will remember. I would know Most Def if he was in it. It was not Marky Mark, and nah. Well, it might have been. I'm seeing Jason Statham. It might have been that movie, but I think if you had Marky Mark from the Funky Bunch and Most Def, aka Yasin Bey, I don't remember that one. But it does kind of seem like the same movie. All right, we'll keep on rocking and rolling. Let's get to some more here. If you like what you're hearing so far, I know what to do. We got super chats on deck. Then we're going to get to the calls. All right, super chats. Shout out to Michael Critchlow, who says, "What are your thoughts on someone who was married but has a secret apartment? I saw a New York Post article about this recently." That's a really good question. A secret apartment, I don't really think that's a good thing to do. I would have hear me out. I wouldn't mind having another apartment. Well, I understand why you have a secret apartment, because you want a space to yourself sometimes. I'm not really mad at that. I'm not mad at that, really. That's the whole Bill Gates thing. But he was a little bit different. He had a vacation home where he would go with his mistress. I'm not saying do all that. I'm just saying a space where it's just for you and nobody could be in your space. I'm not really mad at that. But the secret part with the deception, I'm not really, that's kind of iffy. But I understand why somebody would do that. I totally get it. 100%. Not to be doing anything nefarious, but can I get a little bit of space to myself? That's all. For a little bit. I'm not really mad about that. But the secrecy part is a little weird. Yeah, but see, the garage and the man cave, that's like you're kind of in jail. I don't want to be locked up. I want to be able to have a place where I can just come and go, and it's a little bit different than the man cave. A man cave is like being locked up in your house. That's not really what I want to do. Okay. Right. Mehdi says it was cut away from the family. That's a good thing. Yeah. Yeah, I'm with it. Hold on. JK says, I don't have a secret apartment, but a secret bunker. Heck yeah. Right. I'm with it. I am with it. Hold on. Jason Statham, Wrath of Man. Was that it? That might have been it. Hold on. We got a trailer.
Drop. You should have been back.
Yes, there we go. Thank you. See, you're right on it. Yeah, this was really good. Hold on. Let me see if I can put it up. I'm gonna put it up a little bit. Yep, that was it. Post Malone and all right, Post Malone. You're a rock star to a whole armored truck driver. Yes, Wrath of Man, Jason Statham. That is the movie I'm talking about. Very, very good movie. If you've not seen it, I thoroughly enjoyed that. But I could not really remember everybody in it, but I remember him. So when I saw the other movie and I saw him, I'm like, wait a minute, that could be it. But I don't remember Marky Mark at all. So how'd that come in? But then when you said Wrath of Man, I'm like, okay, perfect. That fits. That fits. All right. So yeah, shout out to Jason Statham. One of my favorite actors, actually. Kind of more of a stoic, don't really say too much. Really good actor. All right. Shout out to Garfovsky, who says, keep it up, ABL. Love your streams. Thank you for your super chat, man. Definitely appreciate you. Thank you to S. Ford, who says, this episode is brought to you by a lot of cringe. Great super chat. Thank you. Thank you to Dak, who says, gifted. You gifted me 20 ABL memberships. I really, really appreciate you. That is a fantastic gift. Thank you for gifting out 20 ABL memberships. Fantastic. Thank you to Michael Guest, who says, didn't the vice president herself tell them, do not come here? Who were they to force their way into our country? Great question. Shout out to Michael Critchlow, who says, have you talked about Northern Lights yet? Nah. And they had those here, but I fell asleep last night. Right when I realized that the lights were out, I was already pretty much asleep. So I was like, man, I ain't trying to get up. Yeah. So if they come back, do a repeat tonight, I might go out there and look. But beyond that, I'm good. Thank you to Life with Sean, who says, Coulter says you have to have 7 generations of Americans in your past. Yes, she supports Trump and his mom were born in England. Exactly. Yeah. So it's just weird. She has weird kind of views sometimes. Just say that you want the president to be white. Just say that and stop beating around the bush. But anyway, if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. Let's go ahead and get to the calls. The number to call is 434-658-1220. Again, 434-658-1220. And the number should be right there below me at a certain point in the ticker. There's also an email in the description. So you could call in through Skype. And if it doesn't work right, don't blame me. Blame the white man because it ain't my fault. All right, Skype sending me news. Why is Skype sending me news? Like, what's going on? I don't need my news from Skype. Like, what part of the game is that? Hold on. Let me get my sound together for you guys so you don't hear no echo. All right. There we go. That should do the trick. And let's go to 314 on the line. Who am I speaking to?
ABL, Udoka.
Udoka, man, what's going on with you?
Not much. I saw in the caption of the video is Hollywood Predators. So I wanted to ask, a lot of these incidents have been happening over the years, well, for a lot of years before I was even born. What comes of Hollywood saying that this is a repeated thing in that type of space?
Well, it looks like if you are within the who's who of Hollywood, then nothing really happens unless it gets a lot of media attention and they got to do something to you to make an example, like a Harvey Weinstein. Harvey Weinstein, in my opinion, same thing with Bill Cosby. They're only in jail right now because there was so much attention, they had to get him out the way. That's probably the way that Hollywood works. As long as there's no negative PR and they look good, they'll let anything go on and there's no problem. There's probably a bunch of Bill Cosbys and Harvey Weinsteins operating in Hollywood right now. But unless they get a lot of attention, nothing will happen.
And you think this is for the future, like this is just Hollywood culture, and people there kind of accept it as long as they play into, you know, the game of what can I get from it.
Yes. See, the thing about Hollywood, and what I'm going to say, some may not like, they might get a little bit mad at me, but it's the reality.
Yeah.
With Hollywood, it's not so much predators. They exist, but what happens is people that go to Hollywood, they'll do whatever. Some actresses and actors, they're willing to be on the casting couch and go to Harvey Weinstein's hotel room at 2 a.m. to get a role in the part. That's kind of what Hollywood is. It's unfortunate that it's like that, but that's the way it is. Now, sometimes somebody will go to the hotel room thinking that everything's innocent and not really understand the way LA works. And that's when the predatory action or some assault could happen. But usually it's everybody's on the same page.
Yeah. Well, last question, cultural question. Kendrick, Drake, who you got? What's your perspective on that right now?
That's a good question. I think that Kendrick is making the better music, but I think that Drake won because what he did is show that he is kind of above Kendrick. Kendrick's trying to find demons, skeletons in the closet, fake daughter, all this and that, and all that was fake. It wasn't really real. Drake is kind of above him when it comes to that. He's able to kind of dictate what Kendrick does. But Kendrick making the better music. I like Kendrick better as a rapper. So when it comes to actual music and tracks, Kendrick. When it comes to superiority and being actual in charge is Drake.
For sure. I understand. ABL, man, appreciate you, bro.
Thank you for the call, man. I appreciate you.
Take care.
All right. Great call from my man, Udoka. Shout out to you, boss. It's been a minute. But yeah, the whole thing with Kendrick and Drake. Yeah, Drake is so dominant in the culture. You can't really get beyond them. You know what's funny? One guy they're not going to diss is Lucian, but that's a different story. The number to call, 434, there it is, 434-658-1220. 864, you're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Hey, this is Turk from South Carolina. Great show tonight. In Denver, how many of the politicians are going to have the migrants live with them so they don't have to pay their bills?
Not one, zero, zilch, nada.
I know it. And the person in Seattle, I think that was Bruce Jenner.
I mean, if it was not Bruce, then it was his twin brother.
I know. Yeah, it was. All right, that's all I had to say. Talk to you later.
Thank you for the call. Appreciate you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Now, if you guys don't know who Lucian is, Lucian Grange, for you guys that don't know, just a little bit of information. This guy is the CEO of Universal Music Group, basically the king of all music. That's him. You've never seen that guy before in your life, but that's the big boss. Think about Bob Iger to Disney. That's him. That's Lucian. So all these guys, dissing each other, music, making songs about each other, they're all owned ultimately by this guy. So a little bit of history, a little bit of information. 860, you're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Hey, Andy, it's F&A Ranger Xbox. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing pretty well. About yourself?
Oh, not bad. Personally, my opinion of Ann is I think she's just trying to remain relevant. I'm thinking that, maybe she's going to do race baiting in reverse or something. I don't know, like Al Sharpton or something. I don't know. Really don't care. If we don't give it attention, it'll go away.
Right on.
But what I was thinking of is it occurred to me, as memory serves, didn't the Senate and Congress have a slush fund that was topping $20 to $17 million a year to cover their sexual harassment cases that members of the press and Senate and congressional aides were filing against senators and congressmen that were sexually harassing these people. Remember that? You want to Google that? Maybe you want to do a story about that. And then they want to talk about a porn star and a shady ambulance chaser with a made-up, fabricated story. What do you think, brother?
Yeah, that's pretty much how they operate. They could do whatever they want, all kind of debauchery and everything else. But, anybody that is accused of running a stoplight, they want to send to the penitentiary if they don't like them.
I'm going to close with this. You know what I really would love to see Trump doing?
What's that?
I would love to see Trump get up in front of a video, like he's in front of an audience, giving his opinions about the courtroom and everything, and then hire a Trump impersonator to do it in front of the cameras. That would just be so Trumpian. I'll close with that, brother. You have a good night. God bless America. Take care.
Thank you for the call.
Bye.
Appreciate you.
You too.
All right, great call. Shout out to my man for the call. Most certainly appreciate him. And if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. The number to call, 434-658-1220. Again, 434-658-1220. All right, let's go to 949. You're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Oh, hello. My name's Adele. Hi. First of all, I wanted to just say how much I love your new screenshots. I know you've been doing it for a little while, where you like turn your body away and look over your shoulder. I think those are hilarious.
Well, I'm glad you like them. Thank you.
Yeah, I really like them a lot. Anyway, okay, here's a story that just happened here in California this week. Another one of these women police officers. Okay, so it's the man and the woman police. They pull over a truck, and then the man police officer goes back to the police car to run the plate, and then the lady officer takes the man over to the side of the road, and then you can hear her saying, "What's that?" And he said, "My gun." And the next thing you know, he's got her in a headlock. And she's like tiny lady, like 80 pounds soaking wet. And then the guy with the gun, he's huge. So it's like, what? I wonder why they don't just have her go run the plates and then the male officer hang out with him on the edge of the road. Crazy. Anyway. That's a good one. So, one more thing I was going to mention is, I don't know if you saw this Tucker Carlson interview where they're talking about the UN is helping to funnel all these illegals over here. And then there's this loophole that says that if you vote, if these illegals vote and they believe they're a citizen, then that's okay. Did you see that?
I did not see that. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, no, that's really crazy. So I thought, well, there you go then. I think all these 10 million or however many are going to end up voting because if you, oh, yes, I'm a citizen. He let me in. Yeah, you should check that out. I'm kind of nervous for that.
Yeah, that's really, really dangerous there.
Yeah, I don't know where that loophole is, but you'll see that on Tucker Carlson. So anyway, okay, that's all I wanted to say. Great show.
Thank you for the call. Definitely appreciate you.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, shout out to the caller, great call. But yeah, illegal aliens voting, we're not. That's a big no. But we all knew that was going to be the play because they're so against having ID to vote. So we already knew what the next step was going to be. We know they don't do things just one step at a time. They do things to start other things. Who am I speaking to? 310, you're on the line.
Hey, ABL, what's up, man?
What's going on?
Not much. My name's Mike, calling you from California.
All righty.
Hey, check it out, man. I got a little theory. Hey, do you think they're emptying out all these other countries because they plan on maybe doing something catastrophic here and then they want to have someone to run to? Just thinking out of the box a little, you know?
So, like, they want to do something here, catastrophic, or in other countries?
Like, do something here. Get everybody here. This experiment went awry. Let's go start somewhere new. But let's get all the people here and just wipe them out.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. I mean, I guess it's possible, but I didn't think about anything like that.
Well, I'm just thinking out of the box. I know they want to destroy our country, but I mean, maybe it's they're ready to try something new somewhere else.
That's definitely a possibility.
Anyhow, brother, good show, man. Appreciate you, dog.
Thank you for the call, man. Definitely appreciate you.
All right, have a good one.
All right, same to you. All right, shout out to the caller. I mean, it's definitely, it's possible. I didn't think about, I'm not that outside of the box with it, but it's definitely a possible thing for sure. Because with the way people operate, I don't put anything past anybody. I don't put anything past anybody at all. But if you like what you're hearing, you know what to do. Please give the video a thumbs up. That'll help you out a whole lot. But let's keep on rocking and rolling. Yeah, but the whole thing about the illegal aliens, man, they're bringing in a little bit of everything, man. Bringing in illness, bringing in drugs, bringing in whatever. Who am I speaking to? 310?
Oh, what's up, ABL? Thank you for taking my call again. It's Doobie from California. I'm going to try to make it quick. So anyway, I always bring this up every once in a while. Your eating once a day thing has been working really good. I might have a snack before or after, a banana or something, but how much calories or protein do you think that you intake for one meal? What's your normal, do you think?
It depends.
For your size.
Maybe
I'm
like
around your size, that's why I'm asking.
Okay. So between 800 and 1,000 calories. And as far as the protein,
right.
yes,
yeah, it might be a little bit more than that, but yeah.
Like, okay, so what's your meal? Like, what do you have for a meal?
Literally, dude, I'm a foodie. I'm a chef. I do everything. So literally, you could say anything. I freaking eat it.
So give me like an average meal. Like what's your meal today?
I'll give you two separate things. Maybe I'll go out to eat sushi, right? I'll spend about, I'm in Southern California, so
you're gonna spend
maybe $150 or so, all on fish, but that's sushi. And then I'll put it on the lighter side. I might go get an In-N-Out burger with no fries, no nothing.
Okay, so let's pause. You're gonna spend 150 U.S. American dollars.
No, this is occasionally, dude. You gotta.
But listen, but hold on. But okay, I know it's on occasion. It's not every day. You're not spending that kind of money every day on sushi. But I just want to get a little bit of clarity. So you may spend $150 on sushi. How much do you get with that when you do go occasionally?
Literally filled my whole entire stomach. But that's, you're including the rice, you're including the salad, the whole shebang, night out.
But then you go out and get a burger after that?
No, I'm saying sometimes I'll do that, and like the lightest I'll go, or like, most inexpensive night out, I'll just go, just get one burger at In-N-Out. I'm just saying the calorie difference. That's all.
Okay. Interesting.
Other than that, here, I just wanted you to make a kerfuffle shirt, because you made the Sir shirt. I wanted you to make a kerfuffle shirt. That'd make my day.
Okay, man. I got you, boss.
All right, man. You have a good night.
All right, same to you. All right, shout out to the caller. But yeah, I mean, my calories, what I have today? Today I had, actually, I had sushi today. Matter of fact, I went to Fresh Market, and they make it fresh every day in Fresh Market. So I had some sushi, and then I had, I made avocado toast. And I got the recipe from HelloFresh, but it's not a HelloFresh thing. So I had some bread. So my calories today, probably about 1,200 calories, actually, with the sushi and then with the avocado toast. Yeah, probably close to 1,000 to 1,200. Yeah, and avocado toast, I put guacamole. I'm not trying to have an avocado and be super fresh. Get some guac already from I got the guac from Publix with some feta cheese, cut up cucumber, and a little bit of jelly. Yeah, like strawberry preserve. Put a little bit of that on there with some toasted like artesian rolls, but you cut it. So I have like 2. And then that right there probably about like 500 calories or more for that. Plus the sushi. That was my meal today. Yep. Cocktail sauce on the avocado. Yuck. But look, the avocado toast, listen, I never had avocado toast until this year because, you know, I do the HelloFresh thing and then they recommended it. They were like, okay, you want a free add-on? I'm like, okay, I'll take a free add-on. Why not? And then I heard about avocado toast before. I never had it. I'm like, all right, I'm going to see what the fuss is. It's free. I might as well go ahead and just do that. So then they brought it to the door and I followed a little recipe. I'm like, okay, that's actually very good. So now I swear by that all day long. Yeah, not a lot of no sugar. I'm not really a big sugar guy. It's a drop of the jelly. And also chili flakes, feta cheese, guacamole, and toasted ciabatta rolls. And I got a toaster oven that also has a convection function. Put the bread in there, take it out, put the toppings on top, and then you good money. But anyway, who am I speaking to you online? 617.
Hey, what's going on, man?
All right, what's happening?
I was watching you the other day. I don't know which one to go. The other video that you were saying talking about ivermectin, and I guess Chris Kuma was in BPD show. I think that's his show. So I guess you were saying that there are no good journalists. Him and I don't know. I think it was Chris Kuma. I can't remember the Don Lemon. And another guy. You were saying that there are no good journalists.
Yes.
Because they were the way that So there are no good journalists. So as you know, they report information that they were given to report. They don't report information on their own.
Right.
So pretty much the producers will say, okay, today we're gonna talk about ivermectin because somebody or Trump said that ivermectin cures the coronavirus. So what they do, they say, well, we're gonna talk about that today. So if they read the information that comes from who knows some source, we don't know if the source is a good source or a bad source because we don't know. Probably they don't even know either. But their job is to go along with the program, like you do. You report information that pretty much excite your audience. So pretty much you go out, you capitalize in a video, you capitalize in an article that gets your audience to feel comfortable. Is that
right? No, you're wrong. You're wrong about that because there've been quite a few videos that got a lot of dislikes. People don't like everything I put out. What I do is I do my research. Excuse me. Yeah, ask me a question. I'm answering the question. I do my research. I have a website where I put sources from the left, from the right, independent, everything. And I tell everybody, don't even believe me. Go do your own research. And I'll give you the links and you can do your own research. I say that in every video. I don't say that I'm the authority or the end all be all. I never say that. And as far as them, and excuse me, one more. I'll get you the floor in a minute. And as far as them, I said the same thing you said. I said that they are teleprompter readers. I don't read teleprompters when I'm doing my videos, but they do. They do what they're told. That's not journalism. That's just being a teleprompter reader.
Okay. So you say you don't do your research. Okay. So you do your research according to you, what you're saying, right? That you do your research. Okay. So do you do your research in ivermectin? You do the research in the medication itself?
Yes.
So can you tell me which trial that's been done about ivermectin is effective in the cure for coronavirus?
I don't know about that.
So you haven't done your research?
Well, in my video, if you were listening, I said that I'm not going to tell you. Excuse me. No. Listen to me now. You're not listening. In my video, I said, I can't tell you that this cures the virus or not. I can't say that. So if I can't say that, then why would I research that? I can't say that. I'm telling you, I don't have the information. See, I'm upfront with it. What they're going to tell you is, oh, it doesn't work. It doesn't do anything. But in reality, it didn't do the research because he's taking it. They're saying it's for horses, it's horse paste. I do know that it's a safe drug and it's been around for a long time and that humans can take it. And it's a prescribed medication and it's cheap. I do know that. I researched that. But I can't tell you right here that it cures C19. And as a matter of fact, I cannot say that even if I did think that because it's against YouTube's policy. And you know how I know that? Do you know how I know that? It's because I researched. I researched before I say anything. So wait. So that was a good try. That was a good try, but you failed.
It's not a good try.
Excuse me. That was a good try, but you failed. Go ahead. Next.
Okay, so there's no evidence that the ivermectin cure and neither what is the other drug that Trump was promoting that he never took it and he lied.
Okay, so I mean, but wait though. Excuse me. No. Because you're saying there's no evidence that these things can cure the virus. I never said that it cured the virus. So what are you talking about? Who are you talking to?
So why you are watching them? So you're just reading the same information that you got that they got.
What?
You said that you don't know it cures the virus. You have no idea about this. You only know this being around for a long time, and he said, well, aspirin is being around for a long time. Tylenol is being around for a long time.
Okay.
All these things being around for a long time. That doesn't mean that cure disease if they don't have.
I didn't say that. Listen, you're not listening. You gotta just shut your mouth and listen. I do not say that these things cure the virus. I've never said that. I don't say that.
But they didn't say that either.
Excuse me. No, they said that it's dangerous and you can't take it if you're a human being. That's false. That's false.
For the virus.
No. They said that it's a horse dewormer. It's for livestock. And if you take it, you're going to get sick. They didn't say that it can't cure the virus. That's why you shouldn't take it. They said it's dangerous and you can't take it because it's not for humans. That's what they said. I showed the video.
That's what they say is true, but there's two different ones. There's one
No. They said straight up. They said straight up that it was. They didn't say, oh well, you gotta take the right one, and it's not for the virus. They said if you take this drug, it's gonna hurt you because it's not for humans. They were wrong. He even said that he was wrong. Chris Cuomo, he said that he was wrong altogether because the drug is, excuse me, you're not listening. No, see, it's not even about the cure. You hung up on the wrong thing. See, I'm not arguing whether it's going to be the cure or not. I don't say that. I'm talking about the safety of the drug. He said on Patrick Bet-David's show, not about it curing the virus. He said that the drug is safe. He said that he was wrong back then because he said the drug was not safe. That's the issue. You're arguing an issue that's not being argued. Excuse me. That's called bringing up a straw man. I'm not arguing that. He was not arguing that when he was talking about it on Patrick Bet-David's show. He was speaking about the safety of the drug. That's it. That's all. They were wrong back then. Excuse me. They were wrong back then when they said that the drug was unsafe. So now what?
He said it was unsafe for COVID-19.
No. That's wrong. You're not telling the truth. After we done, excuse me. After we're done with this, I'm gonna play what he said. What you're saying right now is a lie because your initial thing about the whole thing about it's about to cure all of that. That argument was dead because ain't nobody arguing that. You're trying to make the argument fit what he said, but you're not saying what he said. You're making up your own interpretation of what he said.
For information that you don't know.
What? See, look, you gotta start talking. You gotta stop talking and start listening. Because the whole time when I talk, I cannot hear you. I turn you off when I start talking. So what were you saying just now?
You are like them. They are misinformed as you are.
So what did I say that was wrong?
First of all, you were saying that you say in previous occasions that the drugs, it was a good drug. You say that.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
You say that because Trump said it. You said it.
Nah,
and
because it's a well-known thing. Excuse me. It's a well-known. Now, but look, okay, the question, I asked you a very simple question. What did I say that was wrong?
That you say that the drugs help to cure the disease.
I never said that. You're a liar. You're a liar. Liar, pants on fire. I never said that. Liar. I can't say that because it's against the policy.
You never say that before.
Liar, pants on fire. Liar. I can't say that. It's against the policy. If I say that, they're going to flag me.
But you say that before, and then you were saying you were bashing them.
Listen. If I say that, they're gonna flag me.
First of all,
listen. If what you're saying is true, then they will flag the video and delete it. That's what they would say.
Medicine, they're not doctors.
What?
They're not doctors. Chris Cuomo and Don Lemon are not doctors. They cannot be.
Okay.
They cannot be journalists in medicine.
All they got to do is do some research about the actual drug to see if it's safe or not. That's all they got to do. The information was out there. They were just reading a teleprompter. Like I said, all they do is read a teleprompter. That's it. They don't do
just like you do.
No. Excuse me. Where the teleprompter at? I don't have no teleprompter. It's just me talking to you right now. You see, I could talk live for hours with no teleprompter. They got to read the script. I don't do that. I do my research. Excuse me. I do my research. I write articles and I give you the facts. I give you the facts and I give you my opinion. If it's my opinion, I'll say so. If it's facts, I'll say so. If I don't know a thing, I'm going to say I don't know a thing. That's how I operate.
Okay.
So in closing, I'm going to say this. IVM and also HCQ, these are drugs that have been around for a very long time. They've been proven to be safe. They are not harmful drugs. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it can help with your HC with your COVID. I can't say that. That's against YouTube policy. And I'm not a doctor either. So it's up to you to go to your doctor and see if this works for you. That's what I said in my last video. And if I said anything different in the previous video, YouTube would have flagged it and deleted it. But thank you for the call. Have a good day. So yeah, you cannot, on YouTube, it's against policy for you to say that HCQ and ivermectin can cure COVID. And yeah, that's just what it is. Now, some others may say that it may help them. It may help treat certain things. They may say that, but I can't say that. Okay, some may say that it's good to have in your system just for immunity purposes. But look, I'm not a doctor. I can't make those claims. I'm going to show you guys what Chris Cuomo said before we get to the next call. And if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. All right. Y'all give me a second right here. Let me see if I can pull up what he said. All right. And there we go. They called it poison. That's much different than saying that it does not work for C19. All right. This is Chris Cuomo on the Patrick Bet-David show within the past couple of days.
I am taking a, what do they call it? Like a regular dose, whatever. They're trying to build up of ivermectin. Ivermectin was a boogeyman early on in COVID.
You couldn't talk about it.
That was wrong. We were given bad information about ivermectin. Everyone's going to say Joe Rogan was right. No, Joe Rogan was saying, yeah, he was right. But that's not what matters. What matters is the entire clinical community knew that ivermectin couldn't hurt you. They knew it, Patrick. I know they knew it. How do I know? Because now I'm doing nothing but talking to these clinicians who at the time were overwhelmed by COVID and they weren't saying anything. It's cheap. It's not owned by anybody. And it's used as an antimicrobial, antiviral in all of these different ways and has been for a long time.
For malaria for over almost 20 years.
Yeah. We don't have to sit around worrying about offending the unvaccinated. That's how we made ourselves sick, not how we'll make ourselves better.
People who are injecting.
Now, in the Patrick Bet-David clip, did he say anything about curing C19 or anything like that? What was he talking about exactly? He was talking about the safety of the drug. He said they were given wrong information back then about ivermectin and that it's a safe drug. And the medical community knew that it was safe. That is the argument, not about can it cure or anything like that. It's safe. That is the point. It's not this dangerous horse paste that only livestock can take. And if you are a human being taking it, you are poisoning yourself. That is not the reality. That is a lie. That is false. That is fake. And you know what? Here's something else. I'm gonna show you something else right quick before we move on. The FDA got sued over putting out misinformation about ivermectin. Look at this. And they lost. Well, they settled, which means they lost. FDA settles lawsuit over ivermectin content that doctors claim harmed their practice. All right. And let me see if I can find, there was a meme they put up. And part of the whole thing, matter of fact, here it is. part of the whole thing was they had to delete these memes that they put online. Okay. So it says FDA settles ivermectin lawsuit, removes contentious COVID-19 post. Now, what I just showed you was a CNN article. This is from Biopharma Reporter. Now, you see this right here? This is what they put on the internet, the FDA, the United States FDA, federal government agency. Look at this. You are not a horse. You are not a cow. Seriously, y'all, stop it. And then this article says why you should not use ivermectin to treat or prevent COVID-19. And they were talking about it's horse pace and it's dangerous. When they settled the lawsuit, they had to delete this and remove the article. So what are we talking about exactly? What are we saying? The issue is the drug safe or not? They said it was dangerous. They said it was horse pace. They said it would hurt you, but it cannot. I digress. 773, you're on the line. I'm speaking to.
ABL is your retired Chicago police officer friend. Thanks for taking my call. ABL, I just wanted to make a couple of points. Stealing from the United States Post Office, by the way, not only is it a felony, it's a federal crime. So the FBI takes it over. I had a case like that myself. People were going up and down the street in a car and stealing out of mailboxes. Grabbed them for that crime, and inside their vehicle was a bunch of other mail. So what happened was I took them to the station, and then the United States Postal Service has their own police force. There's the U.S. Postal Police, and they handle off frauds, and they'll tell you to lock them up, and then they get notified by the courts, and they take over. Except now with like Amazon and UPS, those are private companies. So those are not federal crimes. So if you steal a Amazon package, you're not going to be prosecuted in the same way as taking U.S. mail. At one time you were, because Amazon used United States Postal Service. But now that they deliver their own, just like UPS does, those are just local crimes, ABL. And then what I wanted to say about the migrants, I wanted to give a little history. You know, as you know, in Chicago and in New York and Los Angeles, San Francisco, these liberals and these leftists, they just want the problem to go away now that it's at their doorstep. So when you hear somebody being interviewed in New York or in Chicago about the migrant problem and all the tents are set up over here, they want the problem to go away, but they don't see that the problem existed because they voted for it. So the way they want the problem to go away is just spend the money and put them in hotels, or the solution is put this program out where people that own property, and remember, there's real estate companies that they own 50 properties, 100 properties that that are unused. They'll be happy to put your migrant in there, your illegal alien in there, because the government is going to pay them. Just like Section 8. You know, I might buy a property. If I have a 3-flat and I have to get people in that 3-flat on my own, well, I have background checks, this and that. But and maybe they won't pay me, maybe they will. But if I open that up to Section 8, the government guarantees my money. Even if they stop paying, the government guarantees my money. And that's what they're going to do. I mean, they already started doing that. Is they're opening it up to private housing people and to pay them. And the history lesson I wanted to give is about company towns. So around our nation, back in the turn of the century, we had company towns. One of them was right here in Chicago. They used to make Pullman railroad cars. Pullman cars were very elaborate railroad cars, private railroad cars, like almost like flying first class, but on the train. And they were made on the south side of Chicago here. And it's you're making railroad cars, so they're using a vast amount of land. And what Pullman did is he built places for his workers to live. So you worked for Pullman, Then you paid rent to Pullman. Then these neighborhoods had company stores. So the company store was owned by Pullman. So it was a form of slavery. You worked for Pullman. You rented or leased your place from Pullman. You got your groceries from Pullman, from the company town. And coal mine areas in Kentucky and other places, they had places like this, and that's what you might have with this migrants. It's a form of slavery. You work for the government, we'll take care of you, this and that. And really, what they want to do, as I said once before, is they want to normalize it. Maybe in order to give you a work permit, they give you an ID. Then, on the other hand, they make it that you only need that ID to vote. They never say, we're going to give the illegal alien this ID to vote, but they know the result is going to allow them to vote. They just want to now integrate the people they let in into our society. Let them meld in here. As I said, with millions that have come across our border illegally, we have no idea who they are, what they brought, the terrorism that they may have brought. But by letting all those people in, you are only going to be able to evict a handful, a small handful. There's no way that you can go from person to person and evict those people from our country. There's just no way you'd be able to do it. They are here now, and they have melded into our society like pouring salt into a big pot of soup. They are here, and that's it. So I don't know the answer to that, ABL, but thanks for taking my call. That's my 2 cents, and I'll talk to you later.
Thanks for the call. Definitely appreciate you.
Thanks.
All right, great call. Great way to end the show. And shout out to you guys for being here. You guys are the best audience anywhere on these internets. If you like what you're hearing so far, or if you like what you heard tonight, please give the video a thumbs up, like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. And that'll be a wrap for us. Shout out to you guys. I'll be back live again, same bat time, same bat place, 8 p.m. Eastern time to right around right now, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is also an audio podcast you're listening to right now. It'll be available on your favorite audio streaming platforms, whether they be Google Play, Apple iTunes, Spotify, etc. Link for that will be in the description, or just go to your favorite audio streaming platform and search ABL Live. I should pop right on up. This podcast will be available on those platforms 8 a.m. tomorrow morning Eastern time. So y'all check it out there if you want to. Also, shout out to everybody for watching, retweeting, super chatting, whatever you're doing. I could not do the show without you. I got a few super chats right here. Wrap it on up. Then I put the bones out after I'm completed. Thank you to Life with Sean, who says, Coulter says you have to have, I read that one. And thank you to Clay Bisbee 704, who says, did you see Winston Marshall destroy Nancy Pelosi after she got up there and dropped a whole speech of lies? Can you pull that up? Well, I can't do it right now, but maybe I'll do it on the next stream. And Clay Bisbee also says, did you see Pelosi get owned by Winston Marshall? You're really about that Winston Marshall. You really want to see that one. I'll make sure to put them in the next stream's video request. But that'll be a wrap for me. So until next time, y'all be safe. I'm out, and peace.